And we welcome you to Buzz Bowling Arena on the campus of Conway High School. It's Jeff Matthews along with Tim Roach tonight. Setting in tonight for our friend Levi Gilbert. And just right off the top, before we meet anybody else, we just want to acknowledge Levi. And earlier this week, his mother passed away on Tuesday. And he asked me to step in, and of course there was no hesitation. I was going to step in and help out while he spent some time with his family. And Levi's like he's family to me. I've been around a long time, and I love him very much, and his wife and kids and family, and think the world of them. And just prayers for his family. And I know, Tim, you've gotten to know him really well this year.
Absolutely. He's just a gem of a guy, and going through a difficult time now. We're thinking and praying for Levi and his family.
Yeah.
We'll try to take care of business tonight.
Well, we will try, and it's a lot of people have asked me the last couple of days, you can remember how to do this? I hope. I hope I remember how to do this. It's been a while, but excited to be back in the play-by-play chair tonight, and I'm just keeping the seat warm. I'll be back on my couch on the 26th, and Levi will be right here next to you. So, all right, now to the game, and that's what Levi would want us to do, is focus on what is going to be a huge basketball game tonight. In fact, it is the biggest basketball game in the state, 1 versus 2. Northside, the number 1 team in the state overall. Conway, the number 2 team in the state overall when it comes to girls basketball, Tim.
Northside hasn't had a battle yet since the first game of the season. They lost to Melbourne right out of the gate, but then it's just been a jet way through their schedule. Haven't really been challenged, and you'll see why with the talent they have. Conway has been challenged, and they've been challenged by COVID, where Portsmouth Northside has not. So it's a little bit of a different game for them.
And it's similar to football, is that we talked about it during our pregame shows of football, is that you got to the point where you were playing 2 opponents each week. You were playing COVID, and then you were playing the other team. And that's still true with basketball. Conway has 3 players that are out. Now, you told me these 3 players were out earlier. Before I say names, is this all because of COVID protocol? Or?
Yeah, some of this is protocol for sure. At this point, it's just about not being ready to play yet.
Gotcha. Very good. All right, well, the players that we will see tonight are definitely ready to play, and there are great players on both sides. The Lady Bears will have the ball to begin with. Jersey Wolfenbarger, Asia Harris, Jalen Ford, Tracy Bershears, and Hashiana Relaford are their starters for Ricky Smith. He's in his 27th season, multiple state championships. This squad, the seniors on this squad, won a state title 2 years ago. A year ago, they lost in the semifinals, so you know that they are focused on making it all the way back to Hot Springs to try to get that taste back in their mouth and lose what happened a year ago when they were ousted on Final Four Saturday. The Lady Cats starters are Caden Beckwith, Chloe Clardy, Kalena King, Jaden Thomas, and Savannah Scott. And they are a good bunch too, Tim.
They are, and right away, though, we get a little bit of a break. Wolfenbarger with a foul right out of the gate, guarding man-to-man, taking on Jaden Thomas.
This is Beckwith, sophomore. Ball's knocked away by Jersey Wolfenbarger. Wolfenbarger is the player we've talked about now for 4 years. She's 6'6". She's grown since the last time we saw her. She's a 6'6" point guard. She has committed to play and signed to play her college basketball for Mike Neighbors and the highly ranked Arkansas Razorbacks. She is continuing the long line of Portsmouth Northside athletes who have made the trip up to the top of the hill.
It's one of those programs where you keep thinking, well, they'll finally run out of talent at some point in time, and it just never really happens.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always filled with talent.
Kalena King will throw the ball in bounds. No score yet. They are long. That's Hashiana Relaford. She was a starter a year ago. The Relaford name is one of those names you talk about. It seems like there are Relafords on both the girls and boys teams for years. There was one in Fayetteville a year ago that we played in the semifinals. We will talk about him because he is transferred to Portsmouth Northside. We'll do that in the second half of tonight's doubleheader. 3-pointer by Jaden Thomas, and the Lady Cats take the early 3-0 lead. That's Wolfenbarger. She will run the point. All 6'6" of her is the point guard for this team. Coming back the other way with the Lady Cats. That's Beckwith, the sophomore point guard. She finds Chloe Clardy. Bottom of the net for Chloe Clardy. Lady Cats up early, 6-0.
A wide open 3. I mean, that's 2 threes that were really uncontested. You don't really see that much with Northside.
Harris to Brashears in the corner to Ford. Jalen Ford goes up, misses the shot. Foul will be called on Caden Beckwith. 5'2" point guard for Coach Ashley Hutchcraft. She's a sophomore, and Tim, admittedly, when I watch the games now, I'm watching much more of the technical side of what we do instead of the team itself, and that's been an adjustment for me because I used to kind of geek out on the team and the players and the strategy. Well, I miss some of that with my new role. So tell me about Caden Beckwith, this sophomore.
She is a true point guard. She is great at dishing. She runs the show, taking pressure off of Chloe this year. She's not going to score a whole lot. She may not take a lot of shots, but that's not her role this year. It could develop into that, but she'll be the playmaker, or the distributor for this team. This is actually she got a little bit of time in at Cabot, not a lot, just her second game back.
And she is a sophomore, as is Chloe Clardy, as is Savannah Scott. 3 sophomores starting for the second-ranked Lady Cats. Inside to Wolfenbarger. She doesn't spend a lot of time inside, but easy layup there, and it's 6-4 in favor of Conway.
Wolfenbarger can play anywhere on the floor, and that's a different role for her where she played down there that time, but she can absolutely score from there.
That's Brashears, Tracy Brashears. Her sister Sarah was here for a few years, back a couple of years ago. Tracy is a senior, and she is signed to play her college basketball in the Big 12 against Oklahoma State.
Amazing the amount of D1 talent on this floor. I mean, it is absolutely. Arkansas has the last couple of years really put out some fantastic D1 girl basketball players, and man, we have it again this year.
Well, and to that point, just this week, the Atlanta Tip-Off Club, which sponsors it's sponsored by Jersey Mike's, but the Jersey Mike's Naismith Trophy, which is the big award for the high school girls and boys basketball player of the year. Well, back in November, they announced the top 50. On Tuesday, they announced the top 25, and in that 25 is Jersey Wolfenbarger, along with Miriam Dowda from Bentonville. So 2 of the top 25 best high school girl basketball players in the state play their basketball, or in the country, play their basketball in Arkansas. That's Ford on the baseline, too strong. Foul going to be called on Asia Harris. And that's already 3 on the Lady Bears.
Going to be a little bit tight. I mean, now that's a great opportunity for the Lady Cats to jump in and do some things that maybe they might be reserved. Now that they have some fouls against Northside, this could change things up a bit.
Clardy hands off to Kalena King. Thomas to King. Almost a reach in. Shot clock down to 10. Caden Beckwith in and out, no good. Outlet pass to Wolfenbarger. Misses the easy layup. Coming back the other way with Jaden Thomas. Bounce pass, stolen. The other direction for the Lady Bears. 8-6, 2-point lead for Conway.
Yeah, kind of a lazy pass by Jaden there. She was trying across court, had an open teammate, but really a cross-court bounce pass is not what you want there. Here's the thing. We've had a couple of chances here outside the threes that we've made to take some threes, just like that. We've got to take those opportunities when they show up.
Chloe Clardy misses wide right. Out of bounds. Nope, going to be a foul called as the ball does go out of bounds, but going to be called on Kalena King. And Tim, it just dawned on me as I was watching Jaden Thomas on the court, man, it feels like a while since I've seen Jaden Thomas play. Well, I realized because of where her injury occurred last year, we hadn't broadcast any of their games up to that point.
Right.
And so she missed the entire conference season, which means everything we did, she missed. So I'd have to go back to the end of 2 years ago since last time I saw 24 on the court, and it's good to see her back out there.
She has really developed her inside game as well, really good around the basket. So you're going to see, I think, a lot of inside-outside with Jaden. She does have to worry about the ankle a little bit, but, boy, she's really been playing tough the last few games.
Savannah Scott, fresh off an offer from Murray State. The Racers offered the sophomore this week to go along with an offer from the University of Houston over the last couple of weeks. Those offers will continue, I am certain, for Savannah Scott. Thomas to Beckwith, inside, blocked. Wolfenbarger on the help side defense. She got her across the lane, runs the court. That's why she's going to play major college basketball.
Quick hands, right straight to the basket, never a juggle.
Still a 1-point lead for Conway. Out of bounds, going to go back the other way.
A lot of bodies on the floor. There could have been a foul, no call. A lot of hustle though. Just don't want to see girls on the floor.
One-point lead for Conway, 10-9. Wow. Hand check going to be called on Kalena King. That's the second on King. And it is the third team foul.
That could have gone either way. Brashear's kind of a little bit of an arm bar there at the same time, so it was one or the other. Tough break for the Lady Cats there.
Brashears for three. No good. Offensive rebound and the follow. That's Hashiana Relaford.
Really have not seen the patented motion offense yet from the Lady Cats where they go side to side and look to penetrate.
Beckwith in the land of Giants. The 5'2 sophomore finds the way in, and it's 12-11. 1-point lead for Conway again. It's as tight as we expected. That would have been a great charge to take. Would have get a second foul early on Wolfenbarger?
Wow, yeah. He's kind of a little bit easier to say up here when you've got 6'6" rolling at you at top speed, but man.
And it was Beckwith, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
All right, well, she's fine. Get her next time.
It's 5'3" versus 6'6".
Yeah.
It's a little bit different.
Haley Malcolm checks in. Senior. Played some important minutes for this team. Under 2 to play in the first quarter. Number 1 versus number 2. Thomas, step back 3. Good look at it.
Yeah, that's got to go. I mean, Jaden has had that shot look great. Look down.
And one. Jalen Ford with the basket, and she'll step to the free throw line. They'll get Beckwith, and that is her second. And she's going to have to come out, and that brings in Alex Jolivet, the junior. Will find her way onto the court.
One of the spots where we still have some COVID-related opportunities. Let's just say we're still a little thin there at the point guard position.
So the shot clock's new since I've been here last, right?
There's something new.
That's very new. I love it. I've wanted the shot clock for years, and I'm so glad it's finally here. There have been too many basketball games that were, and granted, you can say both sides. Defense should have come out and pressured. I get all that. But I like this.
Oh, yeah.
I like the shot clock, 35-second shot clock.
For the Lady Cats, it's not really a deal. I mean, normally they're going to be up and down. Now, what we've seen, though, so far is the Lady Cats' intent on spreading it out, rolling the ball slowly, and then looking for that penetration, really not trying to go up and down. Northside's not the team you can really do that with.
That's Brashears. Savannah Scott way out of the basket, obviously against her. As the man-to-man defense is there, goes out of bounds. They're going to get a foul called. Ball was going to go over the head anyway.
Yeah.
Going to be on Clardy.
Yeah, she said 14. He said 14, but it's 13. Clardy, that's the first on her. That's the good news, but that's a tough break.
And it's 5 on the Lady Cats. Blocked. Savannah Scott, good hands. Out to Jolivet. There's a foul. You talked about it earlier, Tim, the fact that this really is the first test for Northside. And so it'll be interesting to see how they handle, got a 2-point game.
Yeah.
And it's going to probably be that close throughout.
Yeah, they haven't seen this kind of pressure all year long, except, again, for that first game, and that was a little bit of a different game. So, they're keyed up for it, so they're ready to go, but they just haven't seen it. The Lady Cats, however, have seen a lot of pressure on their schedule.
Not nearly the amount of opposition as they normally would have seen at this point with the cancellations of the tournaments that they play in annually down in Texas, or the tournament that they play in annually down in Texas, than other events that happen up here. It always brings some great competition to Ashley Hutchcraft's teams. Foul called on Harris. So now both teams with 5 personal fouls in the final few seconds of the first quarter. We'll be shooting free throws pretty quick into the second quarter, the rate we're going.
So far in Northside, what they've done is they've got Wolfenbarger keyed on Jaden Thomas, and then they've got Ford like a glove on Chloe. They're going to force us to go inside, and so Savannah has got to have a good night tonight.
Haley Malcolm with the offensive board, but loses her balance just enough to have to travel, turn the ball over. 5 seconds. Down to 3. Deep 3 by Brashears. Bottom of the net. And Coach Hutchcraft is asking, what about the foul underneath? And they are not going to call a foul, and it sure looked like there was as the ball was going through. So there we have it. 3-pointer goes. It is 16-13. Northside on top as we go to the second quarter. We'll take 60 seconds and come back on Conway Court.
Don't put your health care on hold.
At Conway Regional, your health and safety are our top priority.
We have extensive safety measures in place to protect you from infection
and a variety of options for you to receive the care you need.
From a telemedicine appointment in the comfort of your own home
to a visit to our medical center or clinics,
you'll receive comprehensive and compassionate care.
When you need to visit the hospital, please know that it's safe and secure.
During an emergency, every minute counts.
Don't delay your care for fear of COVID-19.
After your visit, we can hold a follow-up appointment through video over our telemedicine system.
Whether you need a primary care visit,
an orthopedic appointment,
a visit with a neurologist,
or a prenatal checkup,
surgery,
a follow-up appointment,
referral to a specialist,
or emergency care.
We're here for you wherever you are,
no matter the need.
Don't put your health care on hold.
Don't put your health care on hold.
Don't put your health care on hold.
For all of your health care needs, Conway Regional is here for you.
So an update to the score, it's 17-13. That was a 3-pointer, and well, they had 14. So then you tack on the 3, and that gives them 17. So it is 17-13, 4-point lead for Northside. And there we go, foul early on, and Conway will shoot free throws the rest of the half.
It's interesting that they're calling basically the body and the head check out top. That's good news for us, and that's their defensive strategy to really just stick close to Chloe and to Jaden. There could have been another one there.
Jaden Thomas got it. 3-point basket, good. That's her second of the night. She has got 6 points.
She's got to heat up, and that's a good shot right there.
It's 17-16. Again, the scoreboard, I believe, is off. Wasn't it 17-13?
It was.
Okay, so it's 17-16. Pass inside. Add 2 more. It should be a 1-point lead for the Lady Cats.
I'll get consumed by the scoreboard.
I'm telling you, Tim.
I'm trying not to.
I was hoping one of us would be able to focus. Clearly, we need
That's
Levi.
Wow, what a great block that time by Savannah. The drive deep. She's done that all year. She's got great timing with her jumps. Yeah. Missed there in terms of the inbounds play, totally lost. I believe it was Ford on the inbounds. Got to shoot that.
Malcolm working hard for the rebound but can't get it. And the Grizzlies come back the Lady Bears. The Grizzlies will play the second game. The Lady Bears coming back the other way. Battling. Jolivet comes out of there with it.
Jolivet is so feisty. I know she's a little undersized, but she's a tough player.
Clardy. She's missed a couple of 3-pointers since she made that one early on. She's got 5 points tonight, and we failed to mention it. A little rusty on my part, but the 3-pointer that she made earlier in the game was her 1,000th career point. Barely halfway through her sophomore year. Unbelievable.
She's just, she stepped in last year. To your point, Jaden was out the entire conference season, And so a freshman had to lead us in terms of, getting up and down the court, running the show. She was the point guard. And so along with, which you don't see your point guards scoring that many points, but she did everything last year. A lot of help this year with Jaden back, with Caden Beck within. So she'll be able to get some different things going this year.
Jaden Thomas steps to the free throw line. Okay, the scoreboard says 19-18. That is accurate until that ball went through that hoop. So now we are tied at 19.
Oh, much better than 19-17.
Yes. Man, I'm so glad to know that would have bothered you too,
Yeah.
because I have wasted so much energy and the listening enjoyment of too many fans getting caught up in incorrect scoreboards in many arenas across the state.
I have a thing about officials and scoreboards, and I have no idea where it came from.
I've heard the officials thing.
Yeah, no,
my position normally on the couch, I have heard. That's fine. Part of your role.
That.
Three-pointer by Jaden Thomas. Got it.
Yeah.
Jaden Thomas, that was a good look. Ball came off of her hand perfectly. 23-19.
Last two have gone a little heat check. I'd like to see that going up.
Malcolm out there defensively on Harris. Backdoor cut. That's Ford. Easy off the glass. Jalen Ford, 7 points now. Thomas. Got it. Jaden Thomas. Double figures. She's got 11.
Asia Harris jumped out because she thought the three was coming, and Jaden, such a basketball-savvy athlete, made the cut right as she was jumping out. Good decision by
Second
Jaden.
leading scorer on the team. She is a point away from her per-game average already. Chloe Clardy, too strong. Layups missed all over the place. Jersey Wolfenbarger puts it in, and Coach Hutchcraft recognizes the need for her team to have a little break, a little 30-second break. So we're going to take that as well. 30-second timeout. We've got a good one, just like we thought we'd have at Buzz Bowling Arena. 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp. (25-23). It is a good one, just like we expected it to be. Number 1, Northside. Number 2, Conway. And that's the overall. There's the 6A and all the other classifications. But Eric Taylor, who's here tonight from the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, does such a great job. These are his top 2 ranked teams in the state, regardless of classification. And as we've talked about, there is some unbelievable talent that is in this state and some unbelievable teams. These are the 2 best.
Wow, I mean, last year we had coaches from all over the country coming in to watch some of these games, and if they are available, they're here.
Right.
They're going to be in the arena.
25-23. The homestanding Lady Cats on top.
Wow, they changed up and gone into a zone. Yeah.
Good look. Chloe Clardy to Haley Malcolm. Easy off the glass for the senior, and the lead is 4.
Basketball IQ on Chloe Clardy is off the charts. I mean, she's athletic for sure, but man, can she know the game.
And it's things like that. It's the 24 points a game is one thing, but it's the ability to find the open player when the defense changes.
That's exactly right. Playing
the defense she does on their best player, Wolfenbarger. Going to go back the other way.
Yeah, Ashley Hutchcraft's teams are always physical. They're always fast. They run the ball. They deflect passes. But one thing you also see with them is their IQ, the things that they do without the ball. Those are the things that really matter. And, boy, they're really, really fast. They're really smart.
Entry to Wolfenbarger. And even though Wolfenbarger got the basket, that's another part of the basketball IQ of Chloe Clardy. It had been so easy to foul there.
Oh, yeah.
Just allow the 2 points. Joe Levette, front of the rim, no good. Haley Malcolm got a hand on it, but unable to bring the rebound in. We're past the halfway mark of the second quarter. 27-25. That's Brashears. She'll play college ball at Oklahoma State. Whistle and a foul on the drive, so it's on Jolivet.
Yeah, that's a cheapie there. I hate those kind of fouls. There's really no impact on the play. But Alex is she's new to our program with what you've seen. Can shoot the three, very active on the defensive side.
Malcolm on the right. Savannah Scott, 2 tries at it, won't miss the second one.
They finally put Brashears on Savannah and kind of knew that would come at some point in time when they went to this zone or kind of a matchup or a box. That should be an offensive foul.
That's what Coach Hutchcraft wants too, but it is not going to be.
Oh, wow. That is
going to be the second on Chloe Clardy.
That is such an unbelievably tough call for us. I don't agree with that one.
Wolfenbarger at the free throw line. 1-1, and she misses it, but gets the rebound. We'll get the 2 points with the follow. Jersey Wolfenbarger in double figures now with 10. She's averaging 17.8 a game. Thomas. Entry pass to Malcolm. Good ball movement and an open look at 3 that Alex Jolivet will not miss. Good ball movement and the open look.
Yeah, what a gamer Jolivet is. I'm sure she is thrilled to be back on the court. This is her first game back.
Brashears.
You'll see Jolivet take a few more shots. I can see that coming.
Clardy, too strong. Chloe with 5 tonight, just seems to be pressing just a little bit.
That's the word I was going to use. She is pressing.
Buck Ringgold, who is a fantastic writer for the Southwest Times, which is a great publication in Fort Smith, Northwest Arkansas, but covering all the kind of the Fort Smith area schools. Was visiting with Buck a little bit today and read an article that he had talking about tonight's games, but specifically the girls' game, and referenced the fact that because of the conference tournament this year, which is going to come at the end of February, there's a chance that this could be round 1 of 4 between Northside and Conway.
Wow.
We could see this matchup 4 times this year. Wolfenbarger, miss. Savannah Scott gets the rebound, coming back the other way, and we are tied following the made 3-pointer on the other end by the Lady Bears.
Girls are a little tired on both sides.
You can
kind of see some of the dragging a little bit, but I think it works in our favor. Probably a little bit faster. They're bigger than we are, but we're probably a little quicker.
Chloe from 15. Shot looked like it might have been deflected a little bit, or she may have been fouled a little bit.
Yeah.
Layup goes. Asia Harris. The Lady Bears up by 2.
We've had some easy looks the last couple of times where we've had it close to the basket, just not really getting it done. We need Chloe. I know that she's probably pressing, a little bit excited about this ball game. Need her to drop into Chloe-ness.
Well, and that's the sort of thing that Ashley Hutchcraft can bring out of somebody.
Sure.
Give her 10 minutes in the locker room. I think Chloe's a different player in the second half.
It'll be more Chloe than it's ever been.
Shot clock's down to 5. Game clock's at 15, but they got to get the shot off. Jaden Thomas will. Offensive rebound. Great pass from Jolivet as she finds Savannah Scott underneath, and that was a basket that we needed badly. Wow. Tied at 34. Deep 3 again from Brashears. She hit one from just a little bit closer to end the first quarter. Misses that one as we go to halftime. Would you expect anything else? We are tied at 34 between the number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the state. It is time now for the Conway Regional Health System halftime show. We're tied at 34. It is halftime at Buzz Bowling Arena between the number 1 ranked Northside Lady Bears and the number 2 ranked Conway Lady Cats. Conway Regional has been a sponsor of Wampus Cat Athletics for a very, very long time. And they are, of course, such an integral part of all of our health here in Conway, and they have been for generations. Well, they made an announcement today that I wanted to take just a second to make sure that I let you know about, and I'm saying I'm going to let you know about it because I'm the one that's going to read it, but it's really from all of us at Conway Corp. This comes from Conway Regional this afternoon. We are excited to announce that Conway Regional Health System, along with Baptist Health Conway, the City of Conway, the Conway Area Chamber of Commerce, and Conway Corp, along with the Conway education community, have partnered to develop a Conway COVID-19 vaccine task force. Now, this group will collaborate to streamline the distribution of the vaccine in our community, including setting up and operating mass vaccination clinics throughout the city as vaccines become available. At present, the state does not have large quantities of the vaccine available. Now, the Department of Health has implemented a phased vaccination plan for distribution to Arkansas. You can see the plan at healthyarkansas.gov. As we move through each phase of this plan, information will be provided to the community regarding vaccine education, as well as how to sign up and receive both doses of the vaccine. Now, the timelines for receiving the vaccine will vary depending on vaccine supply and availability. For updates, information, and other resources, visit the web address that you see on your screen, conwayregional.org/COVID-19 vaccine. conwayregional.org/COVID-19 vaccine. Now, the folks at Conway Regional and the entire task force will continue to work diligently together to reduce the spread of COVID-19 in our community, and we thank you for your patience and your understanding as we continue to navigate this unprecedented time while making the health and safety of Conway a top priority. Again, that comes from the folks at Conway Regional Health System announcing today the development of this COVID-19 vaccine task force within our city. And at Conway Corp, we are glad to do our part and be a part of it, getting this word out. Again, conwayregional.org/COVID-19 vaccine. All right, we'll continue now with halftime. Again, we're tied 34-34 between Northside and Conway. Back in just a little bit with the third quarter. That's coming up on Conway Corp.
Yazzie, yeah, Pauline Yazzie. She had 6 kids and putting them all through school without electricity. Kids doing homework in their van with the dome light on. Family wanted to watch TV, they're in the car. Homework in the car. She said the one thing she went through the most of was her car batteries. But
yeah, I remember she has a son that just graduated high school, and she said he was big into basketball, and whenever he'd have his buddies over, they'd round the vehicles up and get the car lights on the course so they could play ball at night. And so
she said they had actually been shot at before because it's in the desert, and she didn't act like it was intentional. They just didn't know anybody lived there. You know, you're in the middle of nowhere and there's no lights. You just assume nobody lives there. So it was a safety aspect of it too.
I haven't really get it in my head that I have utility now. You know, I always wondered when you're at somebody else's house, you think I wish I had utility, then I could do this, I could do that, right? But here, it's the first thing we can think of is a refrigerator. That was the first thing, and we're like, what kind of refrigerator do we get? That's gonna be fun.
Each year at Conway Corp, we hand out our employee awards that are presented based on peer nominations for work performance that shows dedication to our mission statement. Now, we present 3 awards annually. The longest running award has been given out every year since 2003, and it's the Safety Leadership Award. It's an award that recognizes an employee who inspires, improves, and maintains best practices in safety. And the 2020 winner is Cody Miller. He's a plant operator at the wastewater treatment plant. In the nomination for Cody, a coworker wrote, Cody makes safety a priority and always takes time to contact the Conway Fire Department and the Conway Corp safety team when an employee is making a confined space entry at the wastewater treatment plant. Our Customer Service Award has been presented since 2008, and it recognizes employees who are dedicated to continuously improving customer satisfaction and constantly striving to exceed customer expectations. The winner this year is Business Class Services Specialist Justin Moore. Now, his nomination included when COVID-19 first hit, Justin stepped up. He went on call for more than 6 weeks without a break to make sure our business customers received the same care during COVID as they did pre-COVID. Our newest award is the Tower of Excellence Award. This year's recipient is our third winner of the Tower of Excellence Award. The recipients consistently display characteristics that are valued by coworkers and are dedicated to fulfilling Conway Corp's mission, and this year's winner is Brian Eggert, Technical Lead Database Administrator. In his nomination, a coworker said, although it takes a team to develop the day-to-day tasks important to Conway Corp, one employee has to get it started, and Brian is that person. He works with all departments, outside developers, and is dedicated to fulfilling our mission. Congratulations to Cody, Justin, and Brian. We're proud of you, and thank you for your dedication to Conway Corp and the community. We all want people in our lives we can rely on, and at Conway Corp, we take it seriously that you can rely on us. Because for more than 9 decades, we've been working hard to provide Conway with services you can count on every day of every year. Reliability. It's one of our core values. We place a premium on reliability because we know how integral our services are in the lives of our customers. Our focus on infrastructure, technology, and employee development reflect our commitment to providing customers with world-class reliability. And the numbers tell the reliability story. 99.99% electric and earning the RP3 Diamond Level designation from the APPA. And in a year where we all relied on connectivity more than ever, 99.94% broadband and 99.92% telephone connectivity reliability. As our Chief Technology Officer Jason Hansen said, we didn't plan for a pandemic, but we were prepared for one. It's true across our entire company. It's why we can confidently say, Conway Corp, always on. Finishing up halftime, it is 34-34. It's a tie ball game, Tim.
And you look at everything that from a stats perspective. There are a couple of things that stand out. Number one, we've got fouls. We had 6 fouls in the first half, I believe, and we got 3 people with 2. So that's still a problem, even though it's not a lot of fouls. We've got some guys, some ladies in foul trouble. Here's the thing that on our side we really need to have happen. Chloe really needs to get it going. I mean, so the fact that we're tied with Chloe with 5 points,
right?
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, you've got Wolfenbarger with 10. That's about right. She's going to score about 20, maybe 25 points a game. That's about right. But 5 points out of Chloe, and we're tied. Man, if we can get that going, I don't know. Maybe some things happen.
Well, and if memory serves, she hit the first 3.
Yeah.
So she scored our first 3 points. Since then has just scored 2 more, and we're in the game like you mentioned. Here's a couple of notes worth remembering as we go through the rest of the game. First of all, Northside has won the last 10 times these two teams have met. 10 games in a row, Northside has won. The other thing worth mentioning is, speaking of Northside's victories, is that this year they lost to Melbourne the first game like we talked about, but since then, the 13 straight victories, the margin of victory is 30+. So by this point, they're usually on cruise control.
Oh, yeah.
So instead, they are in a tight one, as tight as it can be. It's tied at 34 as we begin the second half. Glad you're with us tonight. Join us on the YouTube chat. I know Levi usually is watching that. I'm not sure if we're getting any chatter over there, but whether it's on Facebook or on Twitter, we're glad you're watching. And I would imagine maybe there's some folks that don't normally get to watch our broadcast or have a reason to, but boy, if you like high school basketball, Or you like basketball on any level, this might be one you want to tune into. Bashirs.
Boy.
Tracy Bashirs gives the Lady Bears a 2-point lead.
That's Wolfenbarger just being 6'6" right there and just being taller than everybody. It's just, sometimes it's unfair and I don't like it.
Clardy, good dish to Savannah Scott, and Savannah, she'll clean it up there.
We need a lot more of that. Here's the thing, if you start getting Savannah going and then get Chloe going, that inside-outside game is going to change up their defense.
Savannah joins Jaden Thomas in double figures. She now has 11 to match her season point per game average. Caden Beckwith pulls down the board. Clardy. Kalena King will gather the basketball up and find Savannah Scott. Skip pass over to Jaden Thomas. In and out, no good. That's a good look. You want her to take that. I mean, if she gets that kind of look, take it every time.
Yeah. I love Jaden Thomas behind the three-point line.
That's going to be called on Kalena King. That will be her third.
That's not really a spot either where we have a lot of depth with our COVID-related issues that we've got. You're going to have Haley Malcolm come in now. And Haley's, a little bit taller, a little bigger presence in the inside, but Kalena is more active across the zone. We'll drop off there. So we get on one side and we give up on the other.
3-point play there for Asia Harris. Well, they have distributed their scoring tonight. The 5 on the court have scored 10, 8, 7, and 7. Did I say 5 numbers? 10, 8, 7, 7, and 7. Stolen away. Errant pass will come back the other direction. 3-point lead for Northside.
Really a critical point here. I know it's just a 3-point lead, but you're looking at, very easily this thing could get to some tough numbers. We've got to make a couple of shots here.
You don't want to get to the point with a team like this that you're down multiple possessions. At this point, obviously one possession game and you've got the basketball. But I understand what you're saying, that you don't want this to get to 5 or 8.
No.
Clardy. No good. Bashirs with the rebound.
Chloe's now 1 of 7 from the field.
Hit their 3-pointer to begin the game early on and has not made one since. 3-pointer that misses for Harris. Tries to stay in bounds by her. Hashiana Relaford unable to, and so Conway's going to have it.
Yeah, they're seeing some pressure out on the edges that they probably don't see a lot of so far this year. And so you got some of our ladies flying at you. It changes the shot up a little bit. It changes your delivery.
Thomas. Shots just not falling. 3 minutes in, the Lady Cats have scored 2 points. And Northside hasn't done much better. They've just scored 5. First on Jaden.
Good try and attempt to deny. That's just a tough job for anybody. Jaden goes, 5'8", 5'9".
Coming back the other way following the missed shot. Lady Cats struggling offensively, but are one shot going down from it feeling like this game is completely in a different place.
Yeah.
Savannah Scott had some space. Beckwith and Thomas play catch. Clardy inside to Savannah Scott. There is a Lady Bear parent who believes that Savannah Scott is spending too much time in the lane.
She's consumed with it like we were with the scoreboard. Sometimes you just got to let it go. That's really kind of what you want to look for, though. Savannah, not a good pass there, but normally inside, outside, that's what you want to see. So that'll come.
Thomas on Wolfenbarger now. Tracy Bashirs for 3. She'll knock it down.
Wow, just like that 6-point game.
Halfway through the third quarter, it is 42-36. Lady Cats need a bucket.
This zone is really causing us some trouble. We're not able to penetrate from the top side, and we don't have anybody open on the wings.
Chloe Clardy just off a little bit.
Wow. And that's the shot, by the way. I mean, in any other game, you want that shot for Chloe. Right now, it's just not falling.
Brashears. In the corner, that's Ford. Three-point basket goes, and a free throw opportunity here that could make this a 10-point game, as you said, Tim, just like that.
They are buckets waiting to happen. I mean, they have anybody on their team can score. We're built the same way, but they're a little bit more experienced in almost every spot, and it just seems like they're making the plays right now that we're not.
Jolivet for three. Missed. Out of bounds. Going to come back the other way. And a foul will be called. Haley Malcolm, that's her first, and a timeout. It is a 9-point game for the visitors from Northside, 45-36. We'll take a break, 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Court.
Take it outside, boys!
Johnson's down the right side. He crosses into a corner and shoots. Oh, brilliant.
You didn't plan on a disaster, but you have a choice on who restores it. Choose the best. Tell your insurance provider you choose All Clean USA.
Mom said take it outside.
45-36, Northside has the lead. It's a different night here tonight, just from a media perspective. I'm sitting in tonight for Levi Gilbert, who is out tonight, and Levi, our prayers are with him and his family as he is grieving the loss of his mom. A wonderful woman. I was reminded that she actually rode with us to some games over in Cabot a few years ago. Stats was reminding me of that, and I knew her anyway, but reminded of that. And so our thoughts and prayers with Levi and his family. But Levi's not the only member of the local media that's not here tonight that normally is.
I mean, a voice that everybody knows, J.R. Runyon from Y107, is battling COVID. He announced on Facebook. And so he and his wife, and J.R. had issues last year from a health perspective. Yes. So he's battling a lot of different things. Our prayers go out to J.R.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
You know,
and
we're for him. That's right.
So that's it's odd to be here, and well, it's odd to be here anyway.
Yeah,
I've gotten used to having the fireplace on and my feet up and just taking some notes. But yeah, to not see JR down at the other end of the table or in the other booth, and Levi not being here, so you know, it's a pretty tight knit fraternity of media folks in Conway that do what we get to do and cover these teams. And you know, JR, once a broadcaster, always a broadcaster. I'm going to give him some producer credits to change our credits at the end of the game. He's reminding us that Coach Hutchcraft's philosophy is to always keep your shooters shooting. Remember, toll-free.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
JR, thanks. And phone lines are open if you have anything else you need us to make sure we remember. I appreciate it.
JR on the white phone. So, and we talked about it as well. That's a shot that Chloe, you want her taking, and what they've done, what Northside has done, is what I kind of feared they might do defensively on us. Is that if they could take care of Savannah inside, if they could figure out a way to maneuver front side, back side of Savannah, that might be a problem. We're not the best shooting three-point team that Ashley's had. We're just not. We haven't developed that yet, and it shows. I'm not sure what the stats are. We'll look at those in a little bit, but we're just not hitting the three like former teams have done. We'll get there. It's just not tonight.
Skip pass over to Jolivet. Jaden Thomas loses the dribble, and it's coming back the other way. Layup goes. Relaford. And Northside has stretched the lead out to 11. It was a tie game at halftime.
Going to have to figure out a way to penetrate off the top side into the corners of the lanes. That's going to have to be the angle, but this zone is just collapsing the free throw line.
Break there for the Lady Cats as the three-point attempt was tipped, and so it's going to stay on this end. Shot clock remains at 16. And a missed opportunity with a lead to 2 easy points. Well, would have led to 2 easy points, but the basketball gods were with us for the moment.
I love the broadcaster jinx when it goes that way.
We need Chloe Clardy to get something to go in. There we go.
All right, Chloe.
Clardy's got 7. It's a 9-point game. Let's see if that gets her started.
Wow, if Chloe can just figure out a way to get the 3 to fall, changes the whole complexion of the game. It really does. Got Savannah all the way out because Brashears can shoot it. That's the only downside is
she can also drive.
Yeah, a little bit mobile. Yeah. Wow,
a dozen points for Wolfenbarger.
These just easy layups down the court with nobody going back. I mean, you're seeing some of the depth, the lack of depth right now on this team because of, again, you hate to make excuses, and I'm not really doing that, but we don't have all the players.
Right.
And so Northside is not experiencing they have not had that problem yet. Conway has, and it's kind of playing out here.
Jolivet for 3, front of the rim, no good. And we're just not getting multiple looks either. No. I mean, we're not shooting well, and we're not getting a second try at it. Well, that wasn't a good 8 minutes of basketball if you're a Conway fan. 53-40. It was a tie ball game. It is now a 13-point ball game. See if these Lady Cats have a fourth quarter comeback in them. That'll happen next. 60-second break, and we're back on Conway Court.
Don't put your health care on hold.
At Conway Regional, your health and safety are our top priority.
We have extensive safety measures in place to protect you from infection.
And a variety of options for you to receive the care you need.
From a telemedicine appointment in the comfort of your own home,
to a visit to our medical center or clinics,
you'll receive comprehensive and compassionate care.
When you need to visit the hospital, please know that it's safe and secure.
During an emergency, every minute counts.
Don't delay your care for fear of COVID-19.
After your visit, we can hold a follow-up appointment through video over our telemedicine system.
whether you need a primary care visit,
an orthopedic appointment,
a visit with a neurologist,
or a prenatal checkup,
surgery,
a follow-up appointment,
referral to a specialist,
or emergency care.
We're here for you wherever you are,
no matter the need.
Don't put your health care on hold.
Don't put your health care on hold.
Don't put your health care on hold.
For all of your healthcare needs, Conway Regional is here for you.
All right. Do we have them right where we want them? Is that a thing? Against the number one team in the state being down 13 as we go to the final 8 minutes?
I will say that being up 13 for Northside is probably unfamiliar territory as well.
Yeah.
So we looked a little tired in that third quarter. Maybe we can catch a little breath here. We've got Caden Beckwith back in for Jolivet, try to get some life at the top. I mean, Jolivet's more of a scorer, but you've got somebody now that probably a little bit better in the passing game.
Clardy draws the foul on Wolfenbarger, goes to the line. And I've said this, oh goodness, hang on. I just realized that I didn't realize this. That's just the second team foul, or is that the first team foul on them this half?
First.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
All right, well that won't work to our advantage. But when the clock is stopped, it's when you got to make hay.
Yeah.
We've got to. If we're going to have any chance at a comeback, when we get these opportunities, we can't miss them, and we didn't right there. Clardy knocks them both down.
You bring up a good point, and we're not going to get to the line for the 1-and-1. It doesn't look like. So we're going to have to get to the line going to the basket, so hopefully we'll see some penetration. But threes have got to start falling.
So there's no foul there, but there is there.
Wow.
All right. I'm going to let you take this.
Yeah, because this is my game. This is
this
besides the
is
score,
your lane.
It's disagreeing with officials' call. So this is one of those things where even at this level, when you've got elite players, it's a little bit of the Jordan effect.
Sure.
You're going to get the calls because they think it should go your way because you're better. But in this case, there was a foul before that, and we did not get it, and we've got to get those.
And there was another time when the clock's not running, but both free throws are missed, so that somehow crazy works to our advantage. Can't miss the inside shots, and Savannah Scott doesn't miss the second. So the foul situation is this. Only one on Northside with 7 minutes to play in the game, but we have 6. So they will be at the free throw line the rest of the way.
And you'll see the fouls start to mount up here. We're going to have to get some stops and try to make them shoot the 3.
9-point game. Clardy. Chloe spins. Got it. Kalena King hustling down the court. It's a 7-point game.
If you're not scoring, dish the basketball. That's what Chloe did. That's a foul right there on the inside. He's going to talk to her. Wow.
Coach Hutchcraft asking for the hook. Missed. Wolfenbarger missed. Wolfenbarger missed, but we'll go to the line. And you know, Tim, something that I'm glad that I'm getting this chance to mention this because I thought it a week ago on my couch is this. And I was kind of referring to it like, gosh, we're down 13, going to take a miracle. With the shot clock, those comebacks are different.
Yeah.
Because you have to put a shot up every half minute. And so the possessions, there are more of them to get dispersed over the course of 8 minutes or however long. And so I will tell you that I felt like all might have been lost. But it's not. There, I said it. That felt better. 6.5 minutes to play in the game. Now it is 54-46 in favor of Northside. We'll take a break, 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Court.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Ferris Agency in Conway if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
All right, 54-46. Northside has the lead. And if you are watching, maybe this is the first game you've watched this year, then a couple of things. Levi's normally here. He'll be back. Miss him. Ready for him to be here, but I was glad to be able to step in and help out tonight. But the second thing is the shot clock, and we've talked about it a little bit, but it is a 35-second shot clock that has been added to high school basketball this year. And I'd say I love it. I love the fact that
it's such a big deal because what they are forced to run at least an offense. You can't just look for the fouls to get you to the foul line and that be your offense. You've got to actually move the ball.
All right, 6.5 to go, 8-point game. Beckwith. That's Kalena King. Got it. Kalena King knocks down the three-pointer. It is a 5-point game with 6 minutes to go.
There's that patented motion topside offense where you look to pop the three or get the pass inside. That was a great shot by Kalena.
Brashears to Smith. Inside. Loose ball. Still loose. Coming back the other way, Chloe Clardy leading the break. Dish to Beckwith. Back to Clardy. 3-point game, under 6 to go.
Wow. That's not a run that Northside's used to seeing.
That's Relaford. Brashears. Savannah Scott knocks it away. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Fatigue starting to set in for both teams. 5-second call. Oh. Savannah Scott steps up on defense in a huge way against the Oklahoma State signee.
Got to be the first time she's had a 5-second call outside the three-point line. What a great job by Savannah, staying with Brashears.
3-point game, 5 minutes and 15 seconds to play in what has been as thrilling as we thought it would be. Front of the rim, no good. That's a good look, though, and again, a shot you want Thomas to take.
Absolutely.
I know we're limited capacity, but had that one gone down, it would have sounded like this place was full.
The 200 people on the other side of the gym.
Yeah, exactly. Loose
quick
ball.
hands.
Whoop. Gonna be a foul on the baseline. Scott. That's just her first.
problem is that every foul is going to the line here, and Brashears can knock those down.
Right, and soon and very soon, in fact, in about 2 fouls, it will be 2 free throws. At this point, at least it's a 1-and-1, and you hope that there's a bit of fatigue or something that might miss one of these, but that one went. They have been as good as advertised. It has been a fun one to watch. 5-point game, 56-51. Clardy to Scott. Savannah Scott. Great communication between those two. Clardy got the pass and knew Scott was going to be open. Got it to her. The lead's 3.
Coach Smith for the Northside Lady Bears looking around at his bench trying to figure out exactly how he might try to stop that, just not there.
Held ball. Held ball. Possession going to stay on this end.
You're gonna see Jersey Wolfenbarger touch the ball every time down the court. Got to go to her.
Tracy Brashears, guarded by Savannah Scott, who has done a great job. 3-pointer, no good. Defensive rebound to Chloe Clardy. Outlet to King. We are halfway through the 4th quarter. It was a 13-point lead at the end of the 3rd quarter. Beckwith, her 3rd. And free throws coming for Jersey Wolfenbarger. The Lady Cats, on multiple occasions here in the last little bit, have had the chance to tie the game.
They're getting the shots they need.
Yes.
In their offense, and even in the chaos that happens, we're getting the right shots. Just haven't knocked down a couple of these. We're just a shot away from being right back at the cusp of this thing.
Wolfenbarger going to play her college basketball at Arkansas. Stretches the lead out to 4.
I'm glad she's going to be there. I'll pull for her then.
Right.
But I'll be glad to see her in a Razorback uniform. Tired of her at Northside.
And that's how it got to feel. Well, not because they continued to wear us out, but the KK Robinson and Moses Moody's of the world, I was glad they went somewhere else to finish their high school careers.
That's exactly right.
It's fun to watch them play for the Hogs as well. All right, we are just under 4 minutes to play, and it's a 5-point game. We got a ton of basketball to go. Tell your friends. Find us on conwaycorp.com/WC to go or on Conway Corp Channel 5 or 585. 30-second break, and we're back on Conway Corp.
DeBoard Electronics, a trusted name since 1952, is located at 650 Dave Ward Drive, 2 miles west of I-40. DeBoard Electronics offers state-of-the-art options to customize your Yamaha golf cart or your Polaris side-by-side and even your boat. With cutting-edge products, you will look good and sound good when you're cruising the water. So enjoy your time on the lake listening to your favorite tunes thanks to DeBoard Electronics, 650 Dave Ward Drive in Conway.
All right, 5-point game, 58-53. Take a look at the foul situation. Kalena King's got 4, so she is the Lady Cat that is in the most amount of foul trouble. Chloe Clardy and Caden Beckwith both with 3. Jaden Thomas and Savannah Scott play with only 1. No one in real foul trouble for the Lady Bears. Hashiana Relaford has got 3. No one else with 3 that's on the court right now. So a 5-point game just past the halfway mark of the 4th.
They just have 1 foul in this half. I don't know that I've ever seen that at this level. But we're still running our offense. We're getting some good shots. We've got to make the best of it. There's a hold right there. Got to call that.
Chloe Clardy halfway down. She'll go to the line. Foul's going to be called on Asia Harris. And Clardy will step to the line again, as we talked about earlier. A chance to cut into the lead with no time going off the clock. 12 points for the sophomore, Chloe Clardy.
She struggled to get to 12 tonight, and really it has been a struggle, but boy, she's a gamer. And she really plays hard regardless.
Averages 24.3 points a game, misses the second free throw, and the lead is 4 for the Lady Bears. Brashears, left hand goes. 6-point game. Savannah Scott with the good catch. Kalena King, left hand, and it goes.
Great job by Kalena picking that up and going down the lane with the left hand.
4-point game, 60-56.
Got Chloe and Wolfenbarger down the block.
Oh, what a bad break there. Had her surrounded. The only chance they were going to get the ball back was for it to go out of bounds. Shot clock does not reset, though, of course, so it's just down to 11. Brashears, Savannah Scott on her. Matches her every step of the way. Shot clock down to 4. Wolfenbarger. Shot clock at 2. Going the other way. They're going the other way with it. That's on Wolfenbarger.
I literally came out of my chair. I
wasn't sure what to do. I know we have masks if we needed those to pull you back. But yes, all right, so all is well. 2.5 to go. 4-point game. Clardy. Chloe with some space. They're going to trap. Beckwith. Caden Beckwith. Shot clock at 15.
Get in.
Caden
Oh!
Beckwith. And they're going to call it
on the floor.
Off on the floor. So not only will it not be a 3-point opportunity, it's not even free throws.
Now, just their 4th foul. Cannot believe that was not continuation. Coach Hutchcraft asking the same question. Oh.
All right, so Conway keeps it. It does reset the shot clock. Jaden Thomas for 3. Good look at it. Beckwith with the offensive board. Great look to Savannah Scott underneath. Scott finishes. 2-point game. 2 minutes to go.
What a pass by the sophomore. Fantastic feed to Savannah Scott.
And this limited capacity crowd is coming to life. Good ball movement by the Lady Bears.
Yeah.
Acting like the top-ranked team in the state. They are taking punches tonight for the first time all year, and they are up 4, 62-58. 30 seconds, and we are back on Conway Court. Man, what a game. 62-58, Tim.
Wow. You know, Caden Beckwith comes in, sophomore, point guard. Got a little bit of time at Cabbage, but she's been on all of the COVID issues that we've had going on. She comes in the biggest stage, the biggest game of the year, and really having a great game, dishing the basketball, running the show. So proud of our super sophomore, Caden Beckwith.
She's doing exactly what Coach Hutchcraft needed her to do. Foul situation remains Kalena King, the only one with 4 for the Lady Cats. And Chloe Clardy and Caden Beckwith both do have 3. Conway has got the basketball. They'll bring it up, down by 4, 62-58. Northside number 1 in the state. Conway number 2 in the state. There is a really good chance this could be the first of 4 matchups this year because of the addition of the conference tournament late February. That will be free throws for Chloe Clardy, and that will be the 3rd foul on Jersey Wolfenbarger.
Chloe just making an absolute decision, going to the basket. You've got to go with me. You're going to foul me, or I'm going to make it. Great job by Chloe just taking it to the baseline.
Three-point game. Got a nice little student section that's gathered. You saw them a few moments ago. Chloe Clardy shooting right towards them and makes 2 free throws right in front of them. 2-point game. 90 seconds to play. Ford thought about the three. Harris has been taking them all night. She doesn't take it there. They seem to be content to run the clock down a little bit.
Yeah, they've got Kalena King collapsing on the front side of Jersey when she gets down, so they're having a tough time feeding it down the low to Jersey.
Block, Savannah Scott coming back the other way. Caden Beckwith.
Oh.
Huge foul. Wow. Asia Harris knocks Caden Beckwith to the ground. And that sophomore, who is making a name for herself on a team with two super sophomores that are getting all kinds of college attention, steps to the line in the biggest game in the state with a chance to tie the game. That foul on Asia Harris was her 5th. So that's 10 points and a starter on the bench next to Ricky Smith.
That is a huge foul. She has been running the show from the outside whenever Brashears goes down low, and she's been guarding a lot of our key players. She's been switching off.
Beckwith, 1-point game.
16 fouls now on Northside.
How about Caden Beckwith? Unbelievable. We are tied at 62. Less than a minute to go. The sophomore ties it with 2 free throws. Relaford, no good. Loose ball. Timeout. Ricky Smith wants it. Multiple state titles, 27 years at the helm. He knows what he's doing on the sideline over there, and he wants to stop things for just a second. 43 seconds to play. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep it here, Tim.
Yeah, well, they're asking for where the ball is going to be placed on the outside. So here's the thing that's happened. They are so skilled at running these out-of-bounds plays. What we've got to make sure is we're taking care of the cut. We don't want an easy basket here. I mean, if you got to take them to the line, okay.
Yeah.
But you do not want them to get the easy 2 here. 21 seconds left on the shot clock. They can work it down a little bit, but they're going to run. They're going to run a play. It's just going to be on the sidelines, out of bounds.
Game clock at 43.3. 43.3 on the game clock. Our scoreboard showing 46.8, but there is, and normally that's not a big deal. Normally I'd show a little grace, and I will. As the boss, I'll show some grace, but as the broadcaster, I will tell you, the listening public, that there are 43.3 seconds to go, 21 seconds on the shot clock, and now a timeout called by Coach Hutchcraft. Okay. I'm going to go supervise for just a moment. Let's take 30 seconds, and we'll be back on Conway Court.
Centennial Bank builds relationships. That's why our bankers roll up their sleeves to support Conway and Faulkner County. They are folks you know and value for mortgages, business loans, and all your personal banking needs. Community involvement and exceptional service from people you know. That's the Centennial Bank way. Centennial Bank's legacy started right here in Conway and is still growing. Centennial Bank, building legacies, one relationship at a time.
43 seconds to go. 21 seconds on the shot clock. That's the first thing that we're concerned about, is can they get a shot off in 21 seconds? Likelihood is yes. We're tied at 62. Both coaches, 2 of the best in the state, matching timeouts, matching wits. Wolfenbarger will go to the line. 37.8 seconds to go.
Yeah. Amazingly, Michael Jordan got the call there. That at best it's a no call, but it's Jersey, and that's 5.
And it's 5 on Kalena King, and she has been fantastic tonight. 7 points for Kalena King. Haley Malcolm will come in.
Great job by Kalena tonight. I mean, just playing as hard as she can play. What a trooper, man.
Timeout situation. Conway's got 2. Northside has got 1 timeout left. The first free throw goes. 1-point lead. Wolfenbarger hits them both, so it's a 2-point game. Difference in the game clock and the shot clock is about 2 seconds. Conway looking to tie. So there'll be no call.
There was no contact.
Other than a travel.
There was no contact there, apparently.
That's a tough one. 30 seconds timeout here, so we'll keep it. Just 28 seconds to play, so now we will be in a situation with a 4-point game.
Yep.
We will be forced to foul. And see what becomes of the free throw shooting from Northside.
Yeah, shot clock is now a non-factor, and we're down 2. We will foul now. You've got to look for. I mean, they're gonna keep the ball in the players' hands that they want on the line. So you're going to see Brashears hold it here, Wolfenbarger hold it here. We've got some. We don't have anybody with 4 fouls on the court, so we don't have to worry about that at this point.
Right.
But we've got to get. You're going to probably look for a good time to steal the ball, look for something to happen. But if you don't see it soon, you got to go get it.
Yeah. You don't want to get into a chasing match or give up something easy down the court. Right now it's a 2-point game. Brashears gets the handoff. Beckwith looking for a steal. They've got it. We're going to have to foul. Down to 20 seconds. Down to 15. We are going to have to foul. There is no shot clock. Asking for a 5-second call instead. Ricky Smith is going to call a timeout before the 5-second call is made. Down to 11 seconds. And Coach Hutchcraft is sending Chloe Clardy over to ask about the 5-second call and think of. She's allowed to go out there and have that conversation.
Yeah, not a call. Again, not a call. We haven't gotten a call. We have not received a call in the last minute of the ball game, and nothing has gone our way. However, still the same spot. 2 fouls or a 2-point game. We have to foul somewhere on the inbounds, and you'd like to see it to be somebody not in their big 3.
2-point game. It has been a great one tonight.
Gonna have to make our own break here now.
Yeah, absolutely. 11.5 seconds to play in the game. Ford will throw it into Brashears as she stepped over. That wasn't over and back.
That's back court. Oh my gosh.
Foul is going to be called on Savannah. Brashears goes to the line. It was back court, right?
Yeah, no, it was.
Okay.
It was. I just don't understand. How is that not back court?
That's what Hutchcraft was saying? Yeah. All right. So it's a 3-point game as Brashears makes the first free throw.
Wow.
Timeout on the court. We will take 30 seconds and we will take some deep breaths, Tim. That's what we're going to do.
We're going to
take some deep breaths. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Court.
Attention, please. The news conference will start in mere moments.
Hi, welcome. Good day. I know you have lots of questions about the mysteries surrounding the new Ford Bronco.
We have questions. Over here.
I know you're excited about the new Ford Bronco. The simple answer is Smith Ford is here to help you order and build your new 2021 Ford Bronco.
Come experience Smith Ford's family customer service in Conway, exit 127, right off of I-40.
Number 1 versus number 2, and it's lived up to it. It's been a classic tonight. Northside led by 4 at the end of the first quarter. It was tied at 34 at halftime. The Northside ran away in the third quarter, leading by 13. And if this game doesn't go our way, that's going to be the difference. Those 8 minutes were the difference as we found ourselves down 13 going to the fourth. We battled back.
Yeah, you expend a lot of energy. I mean, you think about it, well, we came back, and that's right. But, boy, it takes so much out of you to get to that point.
I'm sorry. I am having the best dad moment of my life. My 12-year-old just texted me, who's across the way sitting with your family. How was that not backcourt? I mean.
I know. Oh, my gosh.
Free throw missed. A three-pointer ties it. We have no timeouts. Clardy dribbles up. Three-pointer to tie. No good. That's going to do it.
Wow.
That's going to do it. Clardy had a shot at it.
Yep.
Final score 65-62. It was a great one. Obviously, with COVID protocols, there's no longer the line where they meet each other and knuckles and all of that. And so they'll go their separate ways.
Yep.
Here's what I hope as a basketball fan and as a supervisor of a department that broadcasts basketball. I hope we get a few more of these.
Yeah.
I know we have at least one more. We could have 3 more with the conference tournament that's been added late February. All right, we will take a break here. We will come back. Excuse me, I'll get some water and a lozenge. We will come back in a few minutes and have the boys game for you. In between, we'll have some programming that tells you a little bit more about Conway Corp and some of the work that our entire company does. We're very proud of. And then we'll come back and tell you about an exciting announcement that was made today in relation to COVID-19 and the vaccine, something that Conway Regional Health System is spearheading, and we're a part of it at Conway Corp, and we'll tell you more about that in just a few minutes. But for now, we'll take a break, and we'll come back with the boys game coming up in just a few minutes here on Conway Corp.
Yazzie, yeah, Pauline Yazzie. She had 6 kids and putting them all through school without electricity. Kids doing homework in their van with the dome light on. Family wanted to watch TV, they're in the car. Homework in the car. She said the one thing she went through the most of was her car batteries. But
yeah, I remember she has a son that just graduated high school, and she said he was big into basketball, and whenever he'd have his buddies over, they'd round the vehicles up and get the car lights on the course so they could play ball at night. And so
she said they had actually been shot at before, because it's in the desert, and she didn't act like it was intentional. They just didn't know anybody lived there. You know, you're in the middle of nowhere and there's no lights. You just assume nobody lives there. So it was a safety aspect of it too.
I haven't really get it in my head that I have utility now. You know, I always wondered when you're at somebody else's house, you think I wish I had utility, then I could do this, I could do that, right? But here, it's the first thing we can think of is a refrigerator. That was the first thing, and we're like, what kind of refrigerator do we get? That's gonna be fun.
Each year at Conway Corp, we hand out our employee awards, awards that are presented based on peer nominations for work performance that shows dedication to our mission statement. Now, we present 3 awards annually. The longest running award has been given out every year since 2003, and it's the Safety Leadership Award. It's an award that recognizes an employee who inspires, improves, and maintains best practices in safety. And the 2020 winner is Cody Miller. He's a plant operator at the wastewater treatment plant. In the nomination for Cody, a coworker wrote, Cody makes safety a priority and always takes time to contact the Conway Fire Department and the Conway Corp safety team when an employee is making a confined space entry at the wastewater treatment plant. Our Customer Service Award has been presented since 2008, and it recognizes employees who are dedicated to continuously improving customer satisfaction and constantly striving to exceed customer expectations. The winner this year is Business Class Services Specialist Justin Moore. Now, his nomination included when COVID-19 first hit, Justin stepped up. He went on call for more than 6 weeks without a break to make sure our business customers received the same care during COVID as they did pre-COVID. Our newest award is the Tower of Excellence Award. This year's recipient is our 3rd winner of the Tower of Excellence Award. The recipients consistently display characteristics that are valued by coworkers and are dedicated to fulfilling Conway Corp's mission, and this year's winner is Brian Eggert. technical lead, database administrator. In his nomination, a coworker said, although it takes a team to develop the day-to-day tasks important to Conway Corp, one employee has to get it started, and Brian is that person. He works with all departments, outside developers, and is dedicated to fulfilling our mission. Congratulations to Cody, Justin, and Brian. We're proud of you, and thank you for your dedication to Conway Corp and the community. We all want people in our lives we can rely on, and at Conway Corp, we take it seriously that you can rely on us. Because for more than 9 decades, we've been working hard to provide Conway with services you can count on every day of every year. Reliability. It's one of our core values. We place a premium on reliability because we know how integral our services are in the lives of our customers. Our focus on infrastructure, technology, and employee development reflect our commitment to providing customers with world-class reliability. And the numbers tell the reliability story. 99.99% electric and earning the RP3 Diamond Level designation from the APPA. And in a year where we all relied on connectivity more than ever, 99.94% broadband and 99.92% telephone connectivity reliability. As our Chief Technology Officer Jason Hansen said, we didn't plan for a pandemic, but we were prepared for one. It's true across our entire company. It's why we can confidently say, Conway Corp, always on. welcome back to Buzz Bowling Arena. It's Jeff Matthews and Tim Roach with you tonight. Levi Gilbert out with his family, and our thoughts and prayers certainly with him, and we wish him the best.
Absolutely.
Wish him the best. So I want to mention something real briefly here. There is going to be there was an announcement earlier today by the Conway Regional Health System. It's the Conway COVID-19 Vaccine Task Force. This has been announced today. It's a partnership along with Baptist Health Conway, the City of Conway, Conway Area Chamber of Commerce, Conway Corp., along with the Conway education community. They have partnered to develop a Conway COVID-19 Vaccine Task Force. This group will collaborate to streamline the distribution of the vaccine in our community, including setting up and operating mass vaccination clinics throughout Conway as vaccines become available. At present, the state does not have large quantities of the vaccine available, which has necessitated something like the COVID-19 Vaccine Task Force. You can go to the website that you see on your screen, conwayregional.org/COVID-19 vaccine, to learn more. All right, time to get started now with the boys' game. And this one should be a good one as well.
Yeah.
You've got good talent on both sides, and both teams coming off of victories. You look at their record, they're both below 500, but right in the thick of things as far as conference goes, and really that's all that matters in playing your best basketball in a month. So tonight's a big game.
Yeah, they play you're going to see similar fashions here. They both fly to the basketball. They both try to work the offense. They both have a big guy in the middle that they try to go to that's going to run a lot of the offense. They may have a little bit of a better score in Jacob Joe, brother of Isaiah Joe. Most folks would know him. They'll run a lot of offense through him. You'll see him penetrate into the lane. We're still trying to figure out a lot of what we got going on. I can tell you that DJ Lockhart against Cabot really absolutely blossomed in the second half, and in the fourth quarter really took over. So we're figuring some things out. We talked about the Lady Cats and the COVID situation that they had. They've got a few players here and there and out. The Wampus Cats took it on the chin. They had at one point 13 different people, including the coaches, dealing with that issue. And so Salty was still literally practicing with 3, 4, 5 guys, didn't even know who's going to show up in the gym, lost 5 non-conference games. The first game we had back was starting conference. So they're figuring some things out.
Yeah. Well, it'll be a good one tonight to see what they have figured out and how they continue to figure things out. Now, you'll have to tell me as we go through about this team, much like I mentioned during in the girls' game, that my role has changed, and so I watch some things differently than digging into the team and the players and everything. And so it's 2 juniors and 3 seniors that start. Kate Swindle, Jaden Williams, and is it Curon?
Curon.
Yeah,
Curon.
Really?
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
Curon Duncan, and he's averaging 11 points a game, I noticed when doing some research today. And then DJ Lockhart and Paul Harris are the juniors, and they will start in the backcourt. Kate Swindle, the Swindle family, just outstanding athletes. And he has shot the ball well, as I've seen at times. Duncan with the miss, Williams with the miss.
So you don't see it. They didn't start him against Catholic either, but Tamari Relaford is somebody that you'll see enter the game soon. They've got a sophomore that's pretty good that plays in front of him, but a lot of beef coming inside a little bit later on in the first quarter.
That's Joe. Left-handed three-pointer will go by Ian Hardwick. Jacob Joe coming off a 10-point game. It was one of 3 Grizzlies in double figures against Catholic when they picked up their first conference win on Tuesday night at home against Catholic. They took Central to overtime at Central, losing by 4.
Yeah, they've got some talent. I mean, they did lose Jalen Williams from last year's team. They have a lot of talent.
Three-pointer is no good by Sam Roper. We'll come back the other way. Paul Harris to DJ Lockhart. That's Duncan. Williams, the big man with the soft hands. 2 tries at it. We'll go to the free throw line.
That could literally be my favorite Wampus Cat of all time, Jaden Williams. I mean, I just love the way he reacts on the court. He struggled the other night. He could not get anything to drop against Cabot, and then finally got one late. He gets one early here. Maybe that'll get him going.
So as we've talked about a couple times, I'm filling in for Levi tonight, and he'll be back next Tuesday, or a week from Tuesday. But I just needed to kind of be reminded of how to do this. You know, I did it for a long time, but I haven't had to think about it in a while.
Yeah.
And so today doing some work at the house, I had last year's semifinal game, what ended up being our final game of last season, playing in the background, just kind of listening to the call that Levi and I had. And I was reminded how fun Jaden Williams is on the basketball court.
Oh,
it was great.
Oh, he's so fun at football because you can, even though it's a lot of gear, you can see his enthusiasm for just playing the game.
Yes.
And man, he's just. But the thing about it is his energy in the middle. He dominated. I know if you watched that last game, Tamari Relaford, he absolutely dominated that game.
Yeah, Tamari Relaford, who we've mentioned will come off the bench. He's a transfer in from Fayetteville. He scored 16 points in that night, but Jaden Williams outscored him, outplayed him, and was the deciding factor in sending that team to what ended up being a state championship. Lockhart for three. Williams. Smart to stay off the foul. It would have been easy to do. 4-3 early on.
He's really active, though.
Out of bounds, going the other way.
Duncan is a guy, he made a nice move inside a few moments ago while we were talking about Tamari Relaford. But he's a player that is not really tall. He's built real well, very strong. And in the inside post, he takes what is really a 6'2", maybe 6'1" frame, but plays a lot taller than that.
That's Duncan. Swindle. Williams. Grizzlies come up with the steal. Coming back the other way.
Tough man-to-man defense there.
Baseline shot will go for Denarian Whitmore, 6'5" sophomore who's coming off a 17-point game. We were visiting with one of their broadcasters before the game, and he referenced him by name, saying that he's as good as they've got.
Really has taken the spot from Tamari Relaford, so you've got that's saying quite a bit.
Yeah, it's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Harris finds Williams. Good look inside.
One of the things that Salty talked about in our chat with him is how much Jaden is skilled-wise with the pass. Really can see the court, makes good decisions with the pass.
DJ Lockhart will go to the line. Relaford will come in. Now to the first of these two free throws. Now in the research I did, we've got Lockhart averaging 16 a game, and he's leading the team.
Yeah, he really, listen, he took over the Cabot game. I mean, he was the difference in the fourth quarter when it was literally a back and forth, and it could have gone either way. He got the ball in his hands. He was playing point, making the threes, making free throws. Really, and Salty has talked about him and said, you know, this is a guy that really just focused on basketball. We've got a lot of football influence, as you'll see on the court. But he said really one of our only true basketball guys.
Halfway through quarter number one, it's a 1-point game. Northside has the lead.
There's Relaford.
He's big. Tamari Relaford. That same visit that we had with the broadcaster from Fort Smith was telling us about the Relaford family, which we've heard and we've known that name for a while. They're pretty well known. But a year ago, Tamari played in Fayetteville. Was a part of that team that played against Conway in the state semis, but now has moved back. His sister played in the previous game, Hashiana Relaford.
I've watched the Wampus Cats for a number of years, as have you, and you broadcasted it out. It seems like there's always a Relaford in the Fort Smith system.
Baseline. Reverse layup for DJ Lockhart. Northside seems to have a lot of those. You can think back to the Norwood brothers, Trey and Drayden, playing football. You know, Trey obviously played basketball as well and played at Oklahoma.
And you've got the Joes.
Basket by Joe. Yeah, exactly. Jacob Joe and Isaiah Joe, who's getting significant playing time for the Philadelphia 76ers in his rookie year. The Brashears sisters a couple of years ago. 3-point basket knocked down by Troy Wiseman. Part of that football influence that you mentioned.
For the first time in a number of years, and Salty talked about this, he's had football players play some huge roles, but they've got to play a big role this year. It's another one of the reasons why they're really just now kind of working themselves into it.
We'll see Rome Fields come in the game. Speaking of.
Yep, another football. He's going to be playing, I think, receiver next year. They moved him from the defensive side over to the offensive side. Coach Kelly had his way. Shockingly, shockingly.
He's a great athlete, and he is a skilled Madden player, and I'll tell you how I know in just a moment. Three-pointer no good. Omarion Kennedy, who's in the game, picks up the rebound.
It's a young man that's just getting started. He's a purist as it relates to basketball. Really good ball skills.
Three-point attempt. No good. Rebound pulled down by Sam Roper. Three-point basket goes for Jacob Joe.
That's not a guy that you want to see with space. He's an automatic bucket when he's left alone.
Lockhart thought about the three.
There we go.
Give and go to Jaden Williams. That's why Lane Kiffin showed up in Faulkner County. Because of footwork like that.
I mean, this guy, literally was basically a wide receiver.
Yes.
I mean, they didn't even play him as tight end the first couple of games. Is just an absolutely pure athlete, and you think about the fact that he can catch the ball so well, and I will tell you that Kiffin, they're thinking about tight end right out of the gate. They want this guy as a tight end.
I mean, you got to consider it, right? I mean, with that body and the ability with the hands
and the speed and all around. I mean, he was great as a left tackle. Right. Don't get me wrong, but
and that certainly gave him a chance to be recognized on a level that put him in the SEC.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would have been able to do that at receiver or tight end, but he made a name for himself, and he's going to get his college paid for, and I think that's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm real excited for him. 1 point lead for the home team. Whitmore gets the rebound. 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. This has been a good one, too.
Yeah, this is going to be an even matchup. I'd be surprised if this thing gets away from anybody. Great play by. They call him O, Marion Kennedy. They just and sometimes you may hear Salty in this small crowd. It comes out a little loud sometimes.
Does it?
But they call him O. Yeah.
So it just O Kennedy?
Yeah, O Kennedy. Yeah.
I mean, that's so close to O Canada, right? I mean, is anybody else going to reference that?
I don't know. Salty's a guy from Hendricks, so you'd think he would know something like that. Smart enough.
Pretty sharp.
Yeah, sharp guy. It's surprising this game doesn't feel so far in this quarter like Conway should have the lead. It just seems like it's been most of the activity on the Northside side of the ball. Wow, but with a 1 point lead.
I'm going to have to call him Omarion Kennedy, because if I say O Kennedy, I'll sing it. I will absolutely. I will give honor to the Maple Leaf.
We'll forgive you.
Thank you.
It happens. There he is. Jaden.
Almost. Coming back the other way. A little bit sloppy first half.
Yeah. Walk.
Troy Wiseman whistled for the foul. That's his second. 40 seconds to play.
That's a tough break. Could have been a travel. That's what Troy wanted, and likewise what I wanted. Now I need to commit to not necessarily being so difficult and so hard on the officials. So I will back off and say that's a great call.
I don't even know how to respond to you.
It's a strange place for me to be. Trust me.
And Coach Longing in the same space right now.
We're about to could be getting it close to a technical.
Yeah. Officials talking about something. So in a previous life, you were the public address announcer here, and so when your frustration would occur with the officials, could they see it on your face because you were so close?
I actually had one official tell me early on in one of the first games, he said, "Hey, I'll appreciate no looks." and I saw, I love, listen, by the way, shout out to Eric King, who works with Jay. Actually had an official once. Eric is an animated guy, anybody that knows Eric. And he actually blew the whistle and told him to be quiet.
Oh.
So, yeah, down on the floor, it's a little bit different. Wow.
Shot goes in, but it is not going to count. I'll tell you, I do that role for UCA, and I have learned to not make eye contact.
Yeah.
Whenever they're calling a foul, I just look at their hands or look at their mouths, which is difficult with masks. But, I try to stay very neutral.
Oh, yeah. I like it up here.
Yeah, it's nice. A little distance.
Yeah.
Distance is good.
That's right.
15-12, 3-point lead. Conway's going to get the final shot here of the first quarter. Shot is up and no good by candidate Duncan. It'll count if it goes, and it does not. All right, we're through one. Northside has the lead, 15-12. We'll take a 60-second timeout and come back on Conway Court.
Don't put your health care on hold.
At Conway Regional, your health and safety are our top priority.
We have extensive safety measures in place to protect you from infection.
And a variety of options for you to receive the care you need.
From a telemedicine appointment in the comfort of your own home
to a visit to our medical center or clinics,
you'll receive comprehensive and compassionate care.
When you need to visit the hospital, please know that it's safe and secure.
During an emergency, every minute counts.
Don't delay your care for fear of COVID-19.
After your visit, we can hold a follow-up appointment through video over our telemedicine system.
Whether you need a primary care visit,
an orthopedic appointment,
a visit with a neurologist,
or a prenatal checkup,
surgery,
a follow-up appointment,
referral to a specialist,
or emergency care.
We're here for you wherever you are,
no matter the need.
Don't put your health care on hold.
Don't put your health care on hold.
Don't put your health care on hold.
For all of your health care needs, Conway Regional is here for you.
3-point game as we go to quarter number 2. Whole crew here tonight with the exception of Levi, of course. Look forward to having him back. Stats, Scott Taylor is here. And Justin handled all the social media. Got a sports broadcasting observer. Dallas is with us tonight, hanging out, giving us some insight into the team. He's a sophomore for the Wampus Cats. Backdoor, layup won't go. DJ, that layup does go.
He went through 4 different Grizzlies to get to that and went to the opposite hand. Man, just a really good play by DJ there.
That's Katsavis. Walker Katsavis. Where's number 5? The baseline knocked away. So real quickly, my Rome Fields talented Madden player story. So I walk upstairs in my home yesterday, and my stepson, Drew, who's a sophomore here, plays football, he is sitting on his bed playing Madden, and my son, Beckett, is sitting there with him as well, and Beckett is losing 49-7. And I'm like, what's going on? And Drew's like, he's playing Rome. He's on FaceTime. And so sure enough, there was Rome Fields on FaceTime on my stepson's bed. And now he's being whistled for a foul.
Well, he's active everywhere.
He is. He is. Good athlete. Seems to be a real good kid.
Yep.
It's something that through 2 decades of following the Wampus Cats from seats like this has been a constant theme of good athletes and good kids. Thankful for that.
Yeah. That's a tough foul, by the way, on
is.
Duncan. Tripped up as he was going and just fell into him. It was a good call, but boy, you hate to see it.
Kate Swindle back in. He'll replace Rome Fields. My thanks to Coach Longing for leaving him in long enough
to get the
able
story
to tell the story.
right.
Yeah.
By the way, Drew.
Yes.
Fantastic football player. I
Thank
can't
you.
wait to see him play next year.
We are, yes, and he is getting stout.
Yeah.
I go through a box of pancake mix every week, making that boy some pancakes that are loaded with peanut butter.
There we go.
Getting his workouts in, and he's a student of the game.
He's a fantastic linebacker.
Oh, thank you. DJ Lockhart won't go. 15-14. The visitors have the lead. Shot inside is missed.
Oh, we've seen a lot of shots
Yes.
tonight, right at the basket, not go.
And in
Wow.
both games,
yeah,
really.
Yeah.
Lockhart, 3-on-2. That worked out. Man, that's great. Traylon McClure.
I can't wait for them to have every position played by a football player. I want to see that at least once. Traylon was early on a better basketball player than he was a football player. I'm not sure if it's the case now, but boy, he's a really good athlete.
Katsavis with the three-pointer.
And he plays football for the Grizzlies as a wide receiver.
Katsavis does?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He actually plays as a wide receiver for them, but then also plays, he was their backup quarterback last year.
All right.
Really good athlete.
Now, was Norwood their quarterback?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, Drayden Norwood. All right, 18-16. I mean, I'm having so much fun just visiting with you about sports that I really do feel like we should take 30 seconds. Then when we come back, we'll actually focus on the game at hand. All right, we'll do that. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Court.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Ferris Agency in Conway if auto owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
18-16 is our score as we focus on the basketball game at hand, and Boogie Carr has come in the game. Paul Harris dribbling through, knocked away, and we will have a foul. Northside applying all kinds of pressure to the ball handlers for the Wampus Cats.
When you think about this team and what we had last year, the only players that really contributed a lot, Paul Harris and Jaden Williams.
Right.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, this is a rebuild for Coach Longing, and he's got some great athletes, but it's going to take a little bit of time.
Harris to the glass, and one. Foul on Sam Roper. Paul Harris, his first two of the night. And he will step to the free throw line, tied at 18.
Paul really has played, Salty has talked about him, he's played kind of a leadership role because, again, Jaden was in football and just getting into the kind of the swing of things. And so Paul Harris has been the leader, and he's a quiet guy. You know, I know you've talked to Paul before. One of the nicest guys that you'll ever want to meet. Just super, super nice, but very quiet.
Yes.
And so it's been a little bit of a challenge for him to lead vocally, but he leads with his presence.
He is part of our Conway Court family as well as his mom works in our building for our company. Great lady, always helpful and friendly and smiling and thanking us for doing the games, and I'm grateful for everything that she does as well.
Yep.
Tied at 18. I'll have to go back and look at the tape, but I think Paul's wearing his hair differently this year.
He is. He
Okay.
is. It's down this year.
Okay. Again.
I would call it down.
Boogie Carr to the glass. It's blocked by Jacob Joe.
Well, you're not going to catch Boogie,
No.
but you might be able to block his shot. You're not going to catch it.
Yeah, if it was just a race to the baseline, he's got you every time.
Yeah.
Three-pointer, no good. Jacob Joe cleans up the mess. Locked away and coming back the other way. Boogie Carr, good move. Find Jaden Williams. There's some basketball IQ for you.
Wow. Great pass by Boogie. Jaden has the softest, for a big guy, it's just amazing how soft his hands are with the ball. He's just, again, just an elite athlete.
2-point lead for Conway. Katsavas to Jacob Joe. No good. Boogie can't hold on to it. It goes out of bounds. You know, with my stepson being a sophomore, watching some of these sophomores that are out there, Rome Fields, Boogie Carr, to name a few, it was just last year watching them in this same gym on a Thursday night. Is that when they would play the
Thursday.
home games?
Junior highs, yeah.
It would be just quiet in here. But they just 1 year removed, they're playing some of the biggest games that this high school plays in. It's a remarkable leap from 9th to 10th grade. You know, it really is.
It's hard to see sometimes. I agree with you as a parent. I've had, you know, Jack and May and Nash all go through the system, and you've watched them from 6th grade and Pee Wee activities all the way through, and then you look up and they're playing at this level.
Yes.
And you're like, man, wasn't it last year that he was playing for Ron Hill and the Steelers?
Yeah. We had that thought with Drew. We were that, wait, we were just at the Titans game out at Peyton Hillis Field. Boogie Carr coming back the other way with it. You know he's the fastest man with the basketball, DJ Lockhart. Jaden Williams will step to the free throw line.
I will say this. I've seen just a few games that they've only played a few games.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost 5 games because they didn't have any players.
Yeah, just the 9th game of the year for the Cats.
Yeah. But Jaden Williams looks different tonight than I have seen him so far, and he's had some great games. I mean, the first game he came out after football, he played at Bentonville, I think is where they played, and he scored. And he had a double-double. He scored 24 points and had like 12 rebounds. But he's just now really getting into the basketball shape, and Salty talked about the fact that it's taken just a little bit of time for him. It's a different set of skills. It's a different set of muscles you use. But he is really tonight highly active. He looks great out there.
Good on the second free throw. Timeout called by the Grizzlies. Good defense there. 3.5 to go in the first half, and we will take a timeout with the teams on the court. 30 seconds, and we are back on Conway Court.
DeBoard Electronics, a trusted name since 1952, is located at 650 Dave Ward Drive, 2 miles west of I-40. DeBoard Electronics offers state-of-the-art options to customize your Yamaha golf cart or your Polaris side-by-side and even your boat. With cutting-edge products, you will look good and sound good when you're cruising the water. So enjoy your time on the lake listening to your favorite tunes thanks to DeBoard Electronics, 650 Dave Ward Drive in Conway.
All right, 21-18 is our score. Final 3.5 minutes of the first half.
Nobody really in foul trouble for the Wampus Cats.
No.
You've got Troy Wiseman with 2. He's on the bench right now, but everybody else, nobody in double figures for either team.
Three-point attempt misses everything. Offensive rebound won't go. Jaden Williams, the outlet to Traylon McClure. And a double dribble.
Yeah, I didn't see that either, neither did Salty. And I'm going to lean with Salty. I just didn't see that he possessed it in a double dribble mode, but no foul.
Tamari Relaford back in. That's Katsavas. Traylon McClure on him. Puts a hand up. Stolen away. That's Boogie Carr.
Jalen Williams in there with a hand to knock it away, just staying really active.
Good dish by Lockhart. Give it back to him. Have you guys called the shot clock the play clock yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, it was just about
it's
to
gonna
come
happen.
out. Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Jaden Williams with the left hand. Are you serious? Come on.
This game is easy.
Relaford. Tamari can't get it to go.
Great defense by Jalen.
Boogie Carr with the rebound. Cleaning up on the glass down there some.
Checking Boogie's stats at halftime. Boogie is filling up the sheet.
2 minutes to play in the first half.
Good entry pass.
Good look. Give it back to him.
Yes.
The big man. 12 points for Jaden Williams. And the Cats are up 7. Relaford on the elbow. Turns and shoots, no good. DJ Lockhart, strong hands to pull that in. Had Grizzly all over him.
Yeah, Jaden is winded right now. They're slowing it down to give him a chance to get his breath. He's been working so hard down there.
Lockhart thought about the three. Bullet pass to Traylon McClure. Got it. It is a 9-point lead for your Cats. Final minute of the first half. That is an offensive foul coming back the other way. Duncan is back in, along with O'Canaday and Paul Harris.
It's one of the things that I noticed when I watched some of the game film is that, and that same thing happened with Fayetteville. Relaford, a really good athlete, and he's 6'9" and built like he's huge.
Yeah, he's chiseled.
But he does get frustrated, and that foul right there was a little bit of frustration. I think Jaden's got too.
Lockhart. Well, that might have been a double dribble.
Oh, it absolutely was a double dribble.
Duncan with the left hand, blocked by Relaford. Coming back the other way. Three-pointer. It's good. That Ian Hardwick's got a smooth shot with that southpaw.
Yeah.
Release, 6 points.
He got some space really nicely as well with the ball. Really looks smooth out there.
Should be the final possession of the first half. Final 10 seconds. Cats up 6. Take that going into the locker room.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it'll be. Fort Smith Northside led 15-12 after the first quarter. Conway flipped it in the second quarter, leading now 27-21. Good second quarter for the Wampus Cats. We'll take 60 seconds and we'll come back and we'll have the Conway Regional Health System halftime show.
Don't put your health care on hold.
At Conway Regional, your health and safety are our top priority.
We have extensive safety measures in place to protect you from infection
and a variety of options for you to receive the care you need.
From a telemedicine appointment in the comfort of your own home
to a visit to our medical center or clinics,
you'll receive comprehensive and compassionate care.
When you need to visit the hospital, please know that it's safe and secure.
During an emergency, every minute counts.
Don't delay your care for fear of COVID-19.
After your visit, we can hold a follow-up appointment through video over our telemedicine system.
Whether you need a primary care visit,
an orthopedic appointment,
a visit with a neurologist,
or a prenatal checkup,
surgery,
a follow-up appointment,
referral to a specialist,
or emergency care.
We're here for you wherever you are,
no matter the need.
Don't put your health care on hold.
Don't put your health care on hold.
Don't put your health care on hold.
For all of your health care needs, Conway Regional is here for you.
Nice moment that just happened at halftime as Chloe Clardy was recognized for joining the 1,000-point club. And she's a sophomore. She is,
wow.
What would today be, the 13th? 14th. Today's the 14th game of her sophomore year. And she is already to the 1,000-point club. We actually have the dance team or cheer. I always get that wrong. On the court. Yeah. So if we want to show a little bit of them while we're talking here, that'd be fine. There we go. Nice to see. I don't know that you can hear the music that's playing, so I will try to be quiet and see if we can enjoy some of this at halftime. All right, so which one was that, did you say?
I think it was dance.
I think it was dance team. Dance team, there you go. Thank you, Alan Williams, public address announcer for the Wampus Cats tonight. All right, so let me tell you about something that happened earlier today. There was an announcement of the Conway COVID-19 Vaccine Task Force. This came from our friends over at Conway Regional, that they, along with Baptist Health Conway, the City of Conway, the Conway Area Chamber of Commerce, all of us at Conway Corp., along with the Conway education community, have partnered to develop a Conway COVID-19 Vaccine Task Force. This group will collaborate to streamline the distribution of vaccine in the community, including setting up and operating mass vaccination clinics throughout Conway as they become available. At present, the state does not have large quantities of the vaccine available. The Department of Health has implemented this phased-in vaccination plan. Of course, you can read all about that at healthy.arkansas.gov. But as we move through each phase, information will be provided to the community regarding vaccine education, as well as how to sign up and receive both doses of the vaccine. So here's the headline of all this. Make a note of that website. Make a note of that website, conwayregional.org/COVID-19 vaccine. That's where all the information will be. Updates, other resources, all of it's there. So thank you for listening to what I had to read there. Well put together press release from the folks at Conway Regional and the partners that are involved. And it is a community collaborative effort that is going on. And at Conway Corp, we're glad to do our part. And our partnership with Conway Regional is long-standing with them being our broadcast partner. But we want you to know to go to that website, conwayregional.org/COVID-19 vaccine. We can get through all of this together. We'll navigate it safely and make safety a top priority here in Conway. All right, we'll take a break here, spend a few minutes learning a little bit more about Conway Corp, and then we'll come back with the third quarter. Cats up 27-21 at halftime on Conway Corp.
Yazi, yeah, Pauline Yazi. She had 6 kids and putting them all through school without electricity. Kids doing homework in their van with the dome light on. Family wanted to watch TV, they're in the car. Homework in the car. She said the one thing she went through the most of was car batteries. But
yeah, I remember she has a son that just graduated high school, and she said he was big into basketball, and whenever he'd have his buddies over, they'd round the vehicles up and get the car lights on the court so they could play ball at night. And so
she said they had actually been shot at before, because it's in the desert, and she didn't act like it was intentional. They just didn't know anybody lived there. You know, you're in the middle of nowhere and there's no lights. You just assume nobody lives there. So it was a safety aspect of it too.
I haven't really get it in my head that I have utility now. You know, I always wondered when you're at somebody else's house, you think I wish I had utility, then I could do this, I could do that, right? But here, it's the first thing we can think of is a refrigerator. That was the first thing, and we're like, what kind of refrigerator do we get? That's gonna be fun.
Each year at Conway Corp, we hand out our employee awards that are presented based on peer nominations for work performance that shows dedication to our mission statement. Now, we present 3 awards annually. The longest running award has been given out every year since 2003, and it's the Safety Leadership Award. It's an award that recognizes an employee who inspires, improves, and maintains best practices in safety. And the 2020 winner is Cody Miller. He's a plant operator at the wastewater treatment plant. In the nomination for Cody, a coworker wrote, Cody makes safety a priority and always takes time to contact the Conway Fire Department and the Conway Corp safety team when an employee is making a confined space entry at the wastewater treatment plant. Our Customer Service Award has been presented since 2008, and it recognizes employees who are dedicated to continuously improving customer satisfaction and constantly striving to exceed customer expectations. The winner this year is Business Class Services Specialist Justin Moore. Now, his nomination included when COVID-19 first hit, Justin stepped up. He went on call for more than 6 weeks without a break to make sure our business customers received the same care during COVID as they did pre-COVID. Our newest award is the Tower of Excellence Award. This year's recipient is our third winner of the Tower of Excellence Award. The recipients consistently display characteristics that are valued by coworkers and are dedicated to fulfilling Conway Corp's mission, and this year's winner is Brian Eggert, Technical Lead Database Administrator. In his nomination, a coworker said, although it takes a team to develop the day-to-day tasks important to Conway Corp, one employee has to get it started, and Brian is that person. He works with all departments, outside developers, and is dedicated to fulfilling our mission. Congratulations to Cody, Justin, and Brian. We're proud of you, and thank you for your dedication to Conway Corp and the community.
Yazi, yeah, Pauline Yazi. She had 6 kids and putting them all through school without electricity. Kids doing homework in their van with the dome light on. Family wanted to watch TV, they're in the car. Homework in the car. She said the one thing she went through the most of was her car batteries. But
yeah, I remember she has a son that just graduated high school, and she said he was big into basketball, and whenever he'd have his buddies over, they'd round the vehicles up and get the car lights on the court so they could play ball at night. And so
she said they had actually been shot at before because it's in the desert.
All right, so not to cut our talented linemen short, but we do have to get back to some basketball here. And so, yeah, that's an unbelievable story. That Light Up Navajo, that those guys went out and helped these families that were living completely without electricity on this Navajo reservation out in the Four Corners area of the country. Phenomenal story. Please read more about it. I know that you can find that video on our social media website or social media site. And, lots of more. If you want to learn more, Light Up Navajo is where you would find more about that. And I'm sure if you're watching the games, you'll have a chance to see that video in its entirety once again later on in the season. All right, 27-23. Cats are up 4. Duncan fouled.
Yeah, and you know, they here's what we've seen the first 2 times down the court. And this is if you're a Wampus Cat fan and you're watching this, you really want to see this. Really crisp passes from the interior, from like Jaden and from Duncan both. They have made some really good looks. Didn't finish very well in the first one, but that got a foul. But boy, we are making some really nice decisions on the interior.
7 minutes to go in the third quarter, which means we've played a minute of the second half. Cade Swindle, ball fake, and then the shot for 3 is no good. Jaden Williams, 2 tries at it, got it. Jaden's got 14.
He is an absolute beast in there tonight. I mean, he's not only is it just going after his own shot and following shots like that, rebounding the defensive side of the ball, playing some good hard defense. He's just really working hard tonight. It's just a different Jaden right now.
He is averaging 9 points and 9 rebounds a game. And into tonight's game, he's had 13 blocks, and I think he's added to that tonight in only 8 games, averaging more than a block a game.
Yeah.
29-23.
There we go.
Line drive of a shot that won't go by Wright. Come back the other direction. Cats looking to go 3-1 in conference play. Central is leading the way, 3-0. Bryant and North Little Rock also 2-1. Conway with a good shot and you're playing for seeding. That's what you're playing for, because there will be a conference tournament this year.
Yep. Central kind of reloaded. They had some of the same players that we didn't lose like they did here in Conway.
Yeah, they added a 5-star. Is that what, did they do that for basketball?
Yeah.
Bryson Warren from North Little Rock?
Yeah.
Good dish. Duncan Williams. Won't go.
Wow.
DJ Lockhart going to trip up the Grizzly.
We saw Duncan earlier get his second foul, and that's really the only trouble spot, and that's not really that much. We've had mostly a really good foul-free game, and but now we've picked up 3 fouls total across the board in just the first minute and a half, so getting a little bit more handsy.
Good dish underneath to Ian Hardwick. It's the shot to fall. Swindle to Harris. That's Lockhart. Inside to Williams. Jaden, dish out to Cade Swindle. Knocking it down. 3-pointer for the senior. His first 3 of the night. He's shooting 30% on the year from beyond the 3-point line.
That one looked very comfortable.
Yes,
the
it
first
did.
couple didn't really look that way. That one was very comfortable.
Got his shoulders squared.
Yeah.
Got the release the way he needs to have it. He's to a 7-point lead. That's not going to count. Jaden Williams, I mean, we talked about his blocks. But that is not in the stat sheet.
Unfortunately not, but it's in my heart. It counts in my heart. I mean.
It was. It was what a big brother does to a much littler brother.
Yeah, just get that out of here.
Yeah.
I'm tired of looking at it. Yeah, it's the Nerf. It's a Nerf block. It's exactly what it was.
Duncan, good hands. Stays on this end. That is absolutely a charge. How about the soft-spoken Paul Harris taking a charge right there? Good job, Paul.
Don't have to say much there. Stand in front. Good defensive posture there. Got his feet set. Really good call there.
That's the second on Denarian Whitmore, and he has stayed very quiet tonight after a 17-point game against Catholic on Tuesday, just 4 tonight. Skip pass to Harris. Entry to Jaden Williams. Coach Longing.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a...
Oh, my goodness.
They're gonna, yeah. I don't know that was a correct call.
No, and he's having a conversation with Salty saying that it is. He's asking for our coaches to quieten down. Man, that's what a tough call.
I was kind of chuckling because the ease of which Jaden Williams put up one hand and pulled that pass in.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
I know we've talked a lot about him, but there's a reason. He's very, very good at what he does.
Well, that's the thing, though, and if you've got a guy like that doesn't have to have the ball thrown to him in a certain spot,
that's
you
right.
can just throw it in there. He's caught him high, low, left hand, right hand. Just a great receiver of the ball.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that have looked a lot better than they probably really are when you have a good receiver like that, because you're right. And they can catch it anywhere when it's close.
Yeah, the zone to throw it in gets a little bit wider, a little
exactly
bit bigger.
Right.
Yep.
Traylon McClure and Troy Wiseman both check in. Halfway through the third quarter, and the Cats are up 6. 5-point game now, 32-27.
Press.
Williams will come up with it from DJ Lockhart. Troy Wiseman hit it 3 earlier, missed that one.
He can make that shot. That's a good shot when you've got defense trying to catch up and you've got an open, squared up three-pointer. That's okay.
Relevant. Out to Jacob Joe. Cade Swindle. The power that is Cade Swindle pulling it away.
This is not the cross-country track. Ooh, nice dish.
Bullet pass inside. Traylon. Wow. How about Traylon McClure catching the pass from DJ Lockhart that had some steam on it. And one.
I had no idea where Lockhart was going with that ball. Really had no idea. And then all of a sudden there's Traylon.
He's trying to knock the goal down. I mean, that was, wow. The touch on that was habanero sauce.
He's going to talk to him about that in practice next week.
Hey, take a little off of that.
Yeah. I don't have to have it so hot coming in.
There was nobody else going to catch it, that's for sure. 3:20 to play, third quarter. Cats up 7.
Really good defense there by DJ Lockhart. Really almost forced a 5 count. Made a great switch on the defense. Working hard.
That's Hardwick's got a left-handed shot.
That's 5.
Cade Swindle with
That's
about
5.
a 7-second count. Tipped by Relaford. All 6'9" of him able to get up to it and tip it in. 34-29. DJ Lockhart. Dribble to the opposite side. Everybody's on that side of the court except for Jaden Williams. Swindle. Troy Wiseman between the circles. Back to Cade. Front of the rim, no good. Didn't quite get his shoulders turned that time.
Wow, that was a push off by Relaford that didn't get called. That was a frustration push. That's got to get called.
There'll be a foul there on Jaden Williams.
Yeah.
Just be his first.
That's an unfortunate break there. I mean, the good news is, yeah, just his first foul.
Relaford off the side of the backboard, goes out of bounds. They'll keep it. Northside 5-7 overall, 1-2 in conference play. They had a tough stretch. They played Bryant and Little Rock Central in the first week of the conference season, losing to both, but taking Central to overtime in their place, in Central's place. And then knocking off Little Rock Catholic on Tuesday for their first conference win.
Central is just not an easy place to play, period.
No, it's
the
not.
gym is tough.
Man, it's great, though.
Oh, yeah.
I love going there.
Yeah. That's what you want, though. You want a place
Yes.
to be tough to play in. Wish we could have our crowd here.
Oh, absolutely.
And the courtside Cats.
Yeah, it's definitely a quieter environment. Yeah. I know we could see it in the past, even those few games when the courtside Cats weren't able to be here for one reason or another, and just the difference it made. But yeah, it's very noticeable tonight. They being missed means they were liked and cared about, and so hope that the courtside Cats get wind of that and realize that they are definitely missed, part of this environment. Paul Harris whistled for the foul. That'll be his first, but the 6th team foul. And so for the last 9.5 minutes of this game, there will be free throws coming for Northside.
Savoy kind of got bailed out there. He was a little bit out of control running to the outside of the lane, but didn't have quite the position to get the call.
And those free throws will begin right now. That one's on Traylon McClure, his second.
That's 7th team foul for the Wampus Cats to 3 for Northside. Levi and I talked about this before in this gym. There's a lot of downside to the smaller crowds. The upside is we really get into the inside minds of Salty and Ashley.
Yes.
You hear them very easily. They both project very well.
Yes, they do. It's a 1-point game. Lockhart, little stutter step. Can't get the shot to go. He was pointing at Tamari Relaford saying, "You're going to be my shooter," because the foul is on Conway.
I mean, referee is real aggressive right now, and in his calls, demeanor. frustrations, I guess, everywhere. Right
yeah.
now.
Relaford will go to the line. One and one. And a chance to tie and take the lead. Instead, the first free throw is missed. The Cats are going to have to break this press. Williams to Lockhart. DJ with the reverse. Paul Harris out of bounds. Going to stay on this end. Coach Longing asking for, in a very theatric way, asking for a goaltending.
Yeah, we're not getting anything down there. Wow.
Paul Harris. DJ. Can't get it to go. Made something out of nothing.
That 2-3 zone is kind of messed with the flow. Wow.
So that's going to be the 9th team foul, and that is going to be the 2nd on Jaden Williams. So what that means is in a 1-point game, Northside will go to the line and shoot 2 for the rest of the way.
Wow. I mean, we're holding on to a slim 1-point lead, and literally no calls going the direction of the Wampus Cats at this point.
Tie ball game. Duncan in. One-point lead now for the Grizzlies, 35-34. Harris to McClure. Check that, Wiseman. No shot clock here, the final 20 seconds. Shot clock is off. Cats trailing by 1. We'll get the final look at it here. They protect the basketball. Five seconds to go in the third quarter.
Looking for that inbounds play that you draw up in practice and you run every day multiple times.
And it might involve Cade Swindle. And I'm no scout.
No, but wow. Great. He at least draws the defense outside. He should at least.
Top of the key. Oh, Kennedy!
Wow.
Did you hear me sing?
I feel great about it.
Good.
Personally.
36-35. Going to the fourth. Cats up 1. We'll take 60 seconds to come back with the fourth quarter on Conway Court.
Don't put your health care on hold.
At Conway Regional, your health and safety are our top priority.
We have extensive safety measures in place to protect you from infection.
And a variety of options for you to receive the care you need.
From a telemedicine appointment in the comfort of your own home,
to a visit to our medical center or clinics,
you'll receive comprehensive and compassionate care.
When you need to visit the hospital, please know that it's safe and secure.
During an emergency, every minute counts.
Don't delay your care for fear of COVID-19.
After your visit, we can hold a follow-up appointment through video over our telemedicine system.
whether you need a primary care visit,
an orthopedic appointment,
a visit with a neurologist,
or a prenatal checkup,
surgery,
a follow-up appointment,
referral to a specialist,
or emergency care.
We're here for you wherever you are,
no matter the need.
Don't put your health care on hold.
Don't put your health care on hold.
Don't put your health care on hold.
For all of your healthcare needs, Conway Regional is here for you.
All right, 36-35. The Cats are up by 1. That's good.
It is. We started off with a lead in the third quarter. Had a 6-point lead
at the half. 27-21.
And really, Hansy got called for a lot of fouls. They went to the free throw line a lot. The flow of the third quarter was not in favor of Wampus.
9 fouls in 8 minutes, and 3 more on them. So 12 fouls called in an 8-minute quarter. That's Hardwick. He's got a good shot. Misses that one. Ball tipped around. Jacob Joe, who's been quiet. Paul Harris with the rebound. DJ Lockhart. Finds Harris, finds McClure. They're going to start the fourth quarter with Jaden Williams on the bench. Dealing with a little bit of foul trouble and dealing with some officials who were pretty quick on the whistle. Lockhart. Got it and one. 4-point play possibility.
That's a great time for a foul to be called.
DJ Lockhart. He's got 7 tonight. Averaging 16 a game. He's been a little bit quiet, but man, what a huge one there.
The often sought after, rarely achieved 4-point play attempt.
That's right. Got it. That's big. 5-point lead on the 4-point play. The Cats are up 40-35.
Cats back in their man defense.
Savoy loses control of it, but he was fouled. He'll shoot 2 because that's what they're going to do the rest of the game. Marion Kennedy, foul. That's his first.
Yeah, I thought for the world that was going to be on Paul Harris, who swiped at the ball, but apparently, I mean, and is asking for some explanation as well.
So they will get a chance. We talked about it in the girls' game. How you make hay is at the free throw line. There's no time running off the clock. Get a chance to shave off 1 or 2 points each time.
You might have to see the Wampus Cats go into a zone here instead of the man, just to keep us out of all the free throws that are about to happen.
DJ Lockhart. It's a good idea. It's hard with that momentum taking you to the baseline. You got to know to just take a little bit off that pass. And that's a difficult thing to do in the moment. A lot easier to do up here.
Yeah, that's a play where you've got to slow down just a smidge before you.
We're going to have Boogie Carr come in. There's some blood, it looks like, on DJ Lockhart, so he will come off the court for just a moment. Brooke Mines and Jacob Walton Connor will.
They're trying to find it. He has no idea where it is. They have to clean off his uniform.
Savoy guarded by Carr. All the way and one. That's a big-time basket right there. Yep. Being fouled, going to the ground hard, and still presence of mind to make the shot.
Oh, nice tackle by Boogie Carr there. But yeah, I mean, he's gone in. He's a good athlete. He plays for the football team for Northside as well. But really high energy in there, forcing the contact. We've got to be able to stop him before he gets it going.
Little 5-point run here after the 4-point play, and we're tied at 40. 6:45 to go. Paul Harris will break the timeline. Duncan, the kick out. Wiseman to Jaden Williams, who's back in. This will only be the 5th team foul on Northside.
He had to call it from all the way across the side over there. That's a foul that should have been called underneath. But the good news is we got the call. You've got to make contact.
The good news is it was called, yeah.
Yeah, so he got the contact he needed. Almost finished it.
Foul was on Jacob Joe, his second. He has been quiet tonight too, just 6 points for the younger brother of the NBA rookie, Isaiah Joe, former Hog. Both free throws missed, but a chance at an offensive rebound. And the guys kind of gave up on it a little bit there, to be honest, it looked like. Tied at 40. Coming back the other way, Relaford on the ground. Paul Harris. Relaford's hurt. Duncan, 2 tries at it. The second one goes. Tamari Relaford dealing with an ankle issue, and they will stop the clock here to get him off the court. Eric Burnett, longtime coach for the Grizzlies, will make the call and bring Denarian Whitmore in the game. They'll check out Tamari Relaford.
Don't you lose much from an offensive perspective really here. But you get a little bit more of a jump shot kind of guy. He can swish it from the baseline. You lose a little bit of the size and the body.
Hardwick, he knocked it down. That's the third one of those he's made tonight. Ian Hardwick, he's got 9. Or excuse me, he's got 11. He's got another basket too. Boogie Carr to Paul Harris. Back to Paul. Inside again, Paul Harris. That time it goes off the glass. Cats up 1. Back and forth they go.
Scrapping for every point right now.
Man, what a great night of basketball.
Yeah,
I'd love to go 1-1 tonight, but all of us are going to go 2-0 when it comes to great games.
Yeah, it's just been super.
Joe, little floater in the lane.
He probably made 6 of those against Catholic, just floating in the lane, laying it over the top of the rim. Really nice looking shot.
Boogie Carr into Duncan, out to Harris. Traylon thought about it. Give it back to it. McClure for 3. No good. Hardwick can't get it to go. Boogie Carr outruns everybody wearing white.
It took him a half a second to get from there to there. Wow.
Boogie over to Paul Harris. Everybody taking just a second here.
You know, Paul can hit that shot if he release it. Wow.
Duncan on the look from Troy Wiseman.
Great look by Troy.
And I'm pretty sure I've been calling him Traylon McClure. And you know who I mean.
I did,
I'm
actually.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm learning the team really for the first time tonight. Troy Wiseman wearing number 12. Jacob Joe, left-hand dribble, and we'll go to the free throw line.
We just cannot avoid the contact as they're going into lane. I mean, every time they drive, it's been a foul. We're at 10 plus. I'm guessing it's about 13 fouls now in the second half.
And only 5 against them, and there's 3:40 to go in the game.
Well, and what we're doing is we're passing the ball to get to the post while they are penetrating and driving and creating the contact. We're getting the ball in there through a pass. So it's a little bit different game plan, but still, you've got to be able to get some contact as you go in.
10 points on the night now for Jacob Joe, and it's a 1-point lead for the visitors. 47-46. Harris. The perimeter passing, trying to find the open shot. DJ Lockhart will just take it. It's a good look at it. But the Grizzlies have it and a 1-point lead.
They are trying to shut down Jaden and the interior, and they're doing it with that zone. So we're going to have to knock down a jumper. Walk.
Well, that didn't go our way. 3 minutes to play. They're up 3. 49-46. Timeout going to be called.
That was a Euro +1.
All right, timeout. 3:01 exactly to play in the game, and it is 49-46. Northside has the 3-point lead. 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Court.
Take it outside, boys.
Johnson's down the right side. He crosses over the middle corner and shoots. Oh, no! Oh, brilliant.
You didn't plan on a disaster, but you have a choice on who restores it. Choose the best. Tell your insurance provider you choose All Clean USA.
Mom said take it outside.
49-46. And in a night that we have talked often about who is not here tonight, Levi not being here, being with his family after the loss of his mother. JR from Y107 not here tonight because as he and his wife dealing with COVID issues. Also just got a text that I want to just publicly and on an opportunity like this to mention that it appears Mike Harrison is not doing well.
Oh boy, with COVID.
And I'm getting to do what I do because in 1989, Mike Harrison looked at me and said, I'll pay you $3 an hour to teach you about everything in radio. And I jumped at it, and hearing that he's not doing well, that's a hard one.
You know, he broadcasted. He broadcasted when I was in Pee Wee football.
Yes.
He came out with a tape recorder and recorded games and would go back into the studio and play them. The only guy that I knew that would ever do that. I mean, he just wanted to call games.
Well, and I'll tell you this, that's how he taught me, because he hired me in January of 1989, and I just kind of followed him around, and I would do everything that they would do on KTOD was the radio station. Yep. 92.7, the voice of Toadsuck Country. And that fall, so the fall of 1989, he let me be the voice of Perryville Mustang football.
Oh.
And my job was to take a tape recorder and 4 cassette tapes to do one on each quarter and to bring those back to the radio station at the corner of Locust and Prairie, and they would play those cassette tapes back the next morning. So from that, in 1989, to broadcasting live worldwide in 2021, a very public thank you and prayers to someone who's very much a part of what is a very tight-knit community, and that's news that I did not know tonight. JR actually texted and let us know about that. So for him and his family, just prayers for him and Josh and Elaine. And they are, if the story of me is ever told, that family has a starring role in it from the earliest days. Back to calling the game, which again is what we ought to do while we're here. 2 minutes to go. It's a 1-point game. Let's get this one, guys. Conway up 50-49.
Jaden has been big the last minute or so, even from the free throw line, which is not his specialty, but making all the moves inside.
Inside. Basket is good by Whitmore. And a timeout going to be taken. All right, we'll take it with them. 1-point game.
Wow.
51-50, the visitors on top. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Court.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
51-50, the Northside Grizzlies have the lead. The Lady Bears won the first game tonight, the battle of number 1 and number 2. It was a 65-62 final score. Chloe Clardy had a shot at the end to tie it and couldn't get it to fall.
Why do you want to bring that up like that?
Because I want us to end on a good note.
There we go. That's a good karma.
The journalist in me felt like I should mention that. But
let's go good karma.
Minute 25. Cade Swindle. Baseline to Duncan, back to Cade. Shot clock is at 12. DJ Lockhart. Dribble, pass, shot clock at 4. Gonna have to get it up. DJ Lockhart. Duncan had his hands on the offensive board, couldn't pull it in. 1 minute to play, the visitors up 1. They cannot run the clock out. There's 29 seconds to go on the shot clock and 54 in the game. So Conway's got some decisions here to make defensively.
Yeah, you know, on the offensive end there, ran the clock a little bit too deep.
Yes.
And forced yourself into a bad shot. I mean, you wanted to work the ball the way they did, trying to find somebody to get an open look, but probably 2 or 3 seconds deeper than what they should have done. So now you're to the point where you've got, 29 seconds on the shot clock, and it's a 2-possession kind of look that we're going to have. Making some, if you play man, they're shooting 2 with every foul. You don't really want that. And if you play zone, you have a threat for Joe to go off with any kind of space at all. So yeah, this is a difficult call for Salty.
The shot clock brings in a whole different strategy defensively too.
Yeah,
it's interesting because even the 2-for-1 where maybe they want to go fast.
Right.
Maybe they want to get a shot up quick, and so
it changes the whole dynamic.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I'm with you.
And I love it.
Oh, absolutely. We are fast on the floor. We are all speed on the floor.
Northside up 1. Shot clock down to 15. Game clock at 40. Jacob Joe. Kick out to Savoy. They're going to call a foul on Troy Wiseman before the shot. So they got the 2 points. They're not going to count, but they're going to get a chance to get those 2 points here.
Troy and I shared the moment together. We both had the same look on our faces on that one. But, yeah, it maybe saved a point or 2.
And did. Saved one. So 32 seconds to play. Here's the situation. Shot clock's off now. And Conway's going to have the basketball, trailing by no more than 2 if they can pull down a rebound. Or if it's pulled down a rebound, it's a 1-point game. But if they make it, it's a 2-point game. They will have a chance to tie or to take the lead. 3 timeouts that Salty has, so you assume that he will use one. Jaden Williams with the rebound. 30 seconds to go. Yeah, coach is saying slow it down. They're going to have a shot at the win here. And he is not calling the timeout. We'll see what look they get. They know they've got him in their back pocket if they need him. Skip pass to Swindle. Catch down 1. Lockhart. Dribble in. The teardrop won't go. Foul called on Jaden Williams. That'll be his 3rd.
Well,
they did not have to take the shot there.
Now, what they really wanted when he penetrated in, you can see it developing, hoping that they would collapse on him and he would dish it to Jaden. That's what the look and feel of that play was, and they didn't collapse, and so he had to get rid of it.
2 free throws. First one misses badly, Jordan Wright. And so with 8.2 seconds to go, Cats are in the same position they were. This time they will call a timeout, and they'll talk about it. They will either be trailing by 1 or 2 with 8 seconds to go. They'll have an additional timeout. They actually have 2 more if they need them in the front court.
Well, that first free throw was
short.
Hopeful for us.
Oh,
short
for us, yes.
For him. Hopeful, not for him. It was short
right.
for him. But that hopefully will indicate what we're dealing with in the second free throw, and it wasn't just nerves. But, you're down 1. You've got time to get down the court, to your point. You've got time to get down, get a good shot off. You need to be designing who's going to pop out and who wants to take it. We've got DJ Lockhart, we've got Cade, Paul Harris, even Duncan can hit the 3. I'm not sure about Jaden if he's that kind of view, but the thing about it is with his hands and his quick release, you still got time to drive it down and kick into the inside if you get an open shot.
Both teams have 2 timeouts. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're backing up on the free throw. There's nobody on the free throw line for the Grizzlies. So this is the Wampus Cats either getting the rebound and rushing it to the court. They're just going to stop us at half court. That's the plan.
It's Jordan Wright, 6'7" senior. The second of 2 free throws. Second one is good. Cats can tie with a 2, win with a 3. Down to 5. DJ Lockhart. The kick out to Cade Swindle for 3. And he had a good look at it.
He did.
Had a good look at it. Man, those are 2 great basketball games tonight.
Both games with a look for 3 at the end of the ball game.
Lady Cats could have tied. Wampus Cats could have won. Neither one go. And it's 0 for 2 tonight as far as the victories go. But man, 2 for 2 in the course of games. Great basketball games tonight. And Cats dropped to 3-6 overall. 2-2 in conference play. On the road for 2 games next week, and then back at home on the 26th.
Yep, this is you wanted both of them. You had a chance at both. You don't get either. But listen, you showed a lot of progress from what we've seen so far this year. So I think both teams head in the right direction, even with losses.
Well, and the Wampus Cats, you a lot of times, tonight was their 10th game, 9th game, 10th game.
Yep.
You play that before Christmas.
Oh yeah, no, it's and you've got all your football players ready to go. Yeah. Everybody's in. So yeah, a lot of reasons for this, and but hey, they're looking good. I like the way they're moving.
I agree. Well, it was a fun night. A lot of walks down memory lane, and a chance to mention a lot of broadcasters tonight. That certainly wasn't what I was expecting when we came in. I wanted to make sure we mentioned Levi and his family, of course, but then a chance to talk about some other folks too. I'm glad I got to do it with you, Tim.
I enjoyed it, Jeff. It was a privilege, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you and our entire crew. Great job tonight as always. I appreciate the hard work that they put in well before anybody gets to the gym, the days leading up to each game, and I rarely get the chance to thank them publicly now because if I'm just doing this at home, only the people in the house hear it. So having a microphone helps. So thank you to all of the crew that works so hard. We will see you a week from Tuesday. Levi and Tim will have the broadcast of the next Wampus Cat home game. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night, everybody.